Yo, hey, shut your ass up. Come on. Hit that like button. Come on, man. Get out of there. What it is. When are you gonna go live for real? What's up, Ken? Fuck it is, man. Brother, what it do? Man, we talking all topics, man. Touching all topics today, man. You got monkeys on a loose in Alabama. Y'all seen that? Yo, why that always be happening, man? Out of all the trucks that can overturn, it happen to be monkeys that's carrying diseases. Like, yo, that shit happens way too often. It's like every couple years they gotta have one of the bitches overturned on the highway or something. Y'all seen that? Man, see my man Kenneth for the $10, man. Straight up. Maybe you want to support the platform, hit the cash app, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, did y'all see that though? What y'all think about that? Man, he said never not go live. You see the live earlier? I'm sure that pissed some people off. No, but it need to be said, y'all. I'm just trying to, open people's eyes up, man. I'm tired of black people falling for the same old tricks. Like, yo, we fall for the same tricks. Yo, one of the ways you can control people is through emotions, man. If a person can control your emotions, they can control your life, man. And media does a excellent job of controlling people's emotions. You know, you don't even realize you're being controlled a lot of times, most of the time. You don't realize these people dictating the way you move and the way you think. Yo, I think I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think it's all a motherfucking setup. I think it's set up. I think it's set up for the Ravens. I think it's set up for the Ravens to battle for the division at the end of the season. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Them videos dangerous, Kenneth. Them videos dangerous, bro. I'm telling you. And the crazy thing about it is, instead of women listening, they get upset. You know what I mean? They get upset. Because similar to what I say about any other situation, like people want reassurance. They don't really want the truth. You know what I mean? The truth is uncomfortable, man. People much rather get reassured about shit that they already believe. Man, salute to Germany. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And when it come down to them videos, them worry about yourself videos and all the shit that's being said. It's more about believing. It's more about reassurance than anything. If I'm already leaning toward that way, and then you find out it's a group of people that think just like me, then that gives more credibility to what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? It just gives it more credibility. It don't necessarily have to be the truth. You know what I mean? It don't. What's up, original native? Major, what it is, baby? Fuck you been at? Oh my God, Stream Elements, get your bitch ass out of here. Yeah, it don't necessarily need to be the truth, yo. And it's sad, yo, that when you speak out about it, instead of people trying to like understand, they get upset, they get angry. You understand? They don't want to hear that shit. But it just goes into emotions, man. Similar to like George Floyd. When the George Floyd death happened, they created a whole media firestorm built around emotions. You feel me? Anger, frustration. If I know what buttons to press on a particular person or a particular group of people, then that gives me the opportunity to control those people, you know? You know what I mean? It's really that simple. It's really that simple. And the reason why I say this is agenda and this is a narrative is because you don't see this with no demographic of women. It won't be allowed. You understand? They won't allow a platform who main demographic is Asian or white or Indian. You understand? They won't allow a platform to push narratives and roams and propaganda, particularly pertaining to men, propel. They won't allow it to happen. That's why I say it's an agenda. Now, if this was something that was going on all across the board, then yo, shit, I ain't got nothing to say. You feel me? It is what it is. But being as though it's being placed just on one group of people, it's like, oh, this is a play, man. This is what's up, Clarissa. This is an agenda, man. This ain't organic. Because we don't run the media. A lot of times we just the face. Just like we don't run hip hop, we just the face. I showed y'all earlier Carrie Hilson and how she dissed Beyonce. She didn't want to diss Beyonce. She said she didn't even write those lyrics. She just had to sing them. They made her sing them. You understand? A lot of these people aren't speaking their true feelings. They're speaking feelings that's being placed upon them. What the fuck does that look like? I'm from O Block. Hey Ben, get your bitch ass out of here. Get the cash out, bitch. We don't play games over here, man. But subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm just tired of saying it, yo. It's divisive, and it's separating our families. Now, it's some fucked up dudes out here. You feel me? Don't get me wrong. I partly blame some of the issues, some of the rights that women have with men on men. Because we've been lied to first. We was told that, you ain't supposed to have one girl. You supposed to be in multiple relationships. You lie, you do whatever you gotta do. Like that's the lie that we was told. So over time, I can see how that can get, make women look at men a certain type of way. But when you see now in the day and age that we living in now, where guys are really trying to be more family oriented, now it's like the women backing away. Like I feel like I'm controlled. Like you got them in handcuffs, and it's like, yo, what the fuck you doing? Like, see, this the thing, y'all. This is the real thing, right? Growing up, right, 80s, 90s babies. We are the generation of the fatherless children, right? So by us being the generation of the fatherless children, a lot of us, not all, but a lot of us grew up watching our mothers struggle. You feel me? Watching our mothers take care of 3, 4 kids by different guys and, by themselves. So a lot of us came up with this mentality of, I would never put a female in this situation. Not all, like nothing's 100%. I always got to make sure that. But a lot of us grew up with that mentality. So a lot of us that come from that era are trying to be family guys. You understand what I'm saying? Regardless of what we did in our past and our younger years, we might have been running the streets, fucking hella bitches. However we was living back then, as we became older and started having kids and became adults, a lot of us decided that, we want to change the narrative. And I think these people who run this propaganda shit notices that. So you can't trick that group of people no more. You understand what I'm saying? That group of people was a result of the play ran last time. So you can't trick them group of people, and it was ran on men. So the only way that we can keep the system going is we got to attack the women. That's the only way they can keep the system going. Systems prey on women, not just black women, all women. I told y'all about the situation where they tried to put my son in a speech class. I told y'all this before. And I was at work. They talked to my baby mother. I get off from work. She like, yeah, I'm gonna put your son. The school called, say he might need to go to speech therapy. So at this point in life, I already know, these schools make money off of putting kids in these programs. You know, that's how they get funding. They get funding based off of that. It's not organic as you may think. They're not really out here trying to help the child. You know, if they can help the child in the process, that's fine. But the main goal is the funding. We get extra funding for this, more money. So I'm like, what you tell them? She's like, well, shit, I told him go ahead. I'm like, no, the fuck you didn't. So man, I got in a little argument about that shit. I'm like, I'm calling them motherfuckers tomorrow because I need to get an understanding of what they talking about. So when I call these people, they get to tell me, yeah, we know he noticed he has a problem with speech. Da 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 da. I'm like, yeah, I think the reason he don't answer questions in class is because he don't want kids laughing at him because he stutter and all this other shit, right? So my question to them is, well, is it affecting his grades? Oh no, his grades are good. Then what the fuck is you talking about? Like, if his grades are good, why are we even having this conversation? I can see if whatever you say he had going on was affecting his grades. Okay, I completely understand that. But if he's still getting A's, then he don't fucking need to raise his goddamn hand. In my book, you feel me? And then they go on and proceed to say, well, we just wanted to make sure it wasn't an emotional thing. So now when you get to talking about emotional, you talking about medication. So as I talk to this lady more and more and more, next thing I know, this situation come with an IEP. They're gonna be taking them out of class. But if I wasn't there, that's what would have been going on, man. You understand what I'm saying? My son went on to make honor roll that year and the year after that. But if I wasn't there to really, listen, really have a conversation with these people and get a better understanding as opposed to just, oh, that's what he need? All right, yeah, you can put him in there. Then that's what the fuck would have happened. You understand? It's just, the system knows that men are needed in the household. Men and women. Not even just men and women. So the only way you can break, because you got to keep the system going. It's a system, y'all. Like, you got to keep the shit going. It's a money system that we can't afford the lessen the prison population. And that shit gonna cripple some people, man. You know how many people eat off of that shit? Everybody. I did a whole video on it. Everybody eats off prisoners. Everybody. Like, I can't stress it enough. Think of a corporation. Yeah, they in on it. You feel me? And you don't want to just lock up all groups of people. No, you gotta have your pickings. You understand? You gotta have a group of people that's that you favor most. And who else, black people happen to be the candidates to that. You understand? And taking it back to what I was saying about the play being ran on women, the women are being told that you don't need a man. And they've been being told this shit for years. For years. I love her because she got her own. Jamie Foxx. Neo. Like, this play, it's only been ran on black people. Whether you can disagree or not, the facts is the facts, man. The facts is the fucking facts. Feminism is an issue. Feminism is a play. Because like I was showing the girl earlier, people don't really want to be equal. You understand? Like, you want everything split down and make equal rights, equal everything, not equal rights, but just you want to be able to do what men do. But that's not actually true. I showed that girl them oil rigs. She's like, oh no, I want to talk about, I said equity. I want to talk about equality. You don't want to work in the motherfucking oil rigs, man. You don't want to be up that bitch doing deep shore crabbing and shit like that. Like, it's some jobs out this bitch, that pay nice. But you might lose your life in the process. Most women I ain't gonna say all, because it's not all, but it's a very small percentage of women that want to do those type of jobs. You understand? And that's all it was. I just want people to wake up to the play before it's too late. Because right now it's working. It's working right now. And this shit going to end bad. It's going to end bad, man. For the women that thinks like this and think this is the way of life, like I said, you talk about Beyonce and Sierra, they got songs talking about independent women, and they all married. They all married. Shit crazy. But I wanted to talk about I wanted to go into that Julio Fulio trial. But I want to talk about this bitch ass nigga Lemmy Plummer. Too. Cause he's a bitch. He one of the ones. Like I say, yo, they used black people. They used black faces to push narratives that's against the people. Lemmy Plummer, whatever the fuck his name is a problem. He's a problem. Zeus Network is a fucking problem. It's been a problem. Like my man brought up a good point earlier, right? The show was called Baddies, right? Yeah, but when did we classify girls that's fighting as baddies? You understand? Yeah, when did that happen? Like, what I missed it? Y'all know I went to prison a while back. Yo, but what years did that change? What years? I thought bad women was classy, respectful, had their shit together. What year did we start classifying a baddie as a woman at a fight on camera? You know what I mean? When did we start? Like, when did that shit happen, yo? Maybe I missed it, yo. It's like it happened right under our nose. I mean, that shit happened right under our nose, right? So you gotta let me Plummer, bitch ass, cause he's a bitch. I've been calling this bitch ass. Listen to this. Listen to this. If I get to Lemmy Plummer.
And he was like, babe, I lost my job. I'm like, all right, cool. So a month later, like the bills, it was time for the bills or whatever.
What's up,
and I'm like, the bills due, babe, or whatever. And he was like, okay, I'm not working. And I'm just, in a month, like, it's all kind of hustles. You could have been doing something or whatever. So I told him, I said, look, if I pay these bills, are you going to pay me the money back? This man had the nerve to tell me, why should I pay my wife back for paying our bills? I told this man from day one, my money is my money, and his money is our money. Why should I spend my money paying the bills? I know he should have paid me back. So that's when I decided, like, I can't be with this man no more. So I had sex with his homeboy. Like, we all cool. I texted his homeboy or whatever. We went together. We left. I met up with him. And we was chilling, we was drinking or whatever. And I started venting. I started getting emotional. One thing leads to the next. I did not purposely mean to do what I did with his friend. But things happen. Like, y'all understand what I'm going through. So he came home and he was like, babe, I lost my job. I'm like, all right, cool. So a month later, like, the bills, it was time for the bills or whatever.
Yo, this is what we dealing with. It's society right there. And it's gonna be people in the comments that agrees. I mean, I don't know about the sleeping with the friend shit, but the fact that this man been paying the bills, he fell on hard times. She said, look, I give you a month to get shit back right. It could be fake, but that's the issue though. Time to work. Yeah, I used to think it was fake too, y'all. But I'm starting to believe that, it's a group of people that thinks like this. But let's say it is fake. Who is out here pushing this shit? Why is this being shared on multiple platforms? Yo, typically, what we used to do? We used to ignore things like this. Things like this didn't get a chance to see the light of day. Whatever following she got, that shit stayed there. But now, since we living in a world where clout is king, and people don't really care about the message, they just care about the engagements and the comments, then shit like this allows to get spread, to a large audience. And what happens is there's going to be a particular group of people that agrees with this shit. Yeah, Zeus Network is a problem. So let me get this Zeus Network. Yo, people cannot like what I'm saying, but I ain't wrong about none of this shit I'm talking about. Zeus Network. So all of this started with Chrisean Rock. Now, we talked about this yesterday. Chrisean Rock, matter of fact, I'm going to play it again. Chrisean Rock basically admitted that she sold her soul. She sold her soul to Zeus Network. And she basically explained that Zeus Network is almost running like a trafficking ring where it preys on ignorant young girls or just ignorant girls in general.
Like, if you don't fight.
Not this one. It's one that played the whole joint. I think it's this. No, it's not that one. Here you go.
Chase blood. She want to keep going round after round after round after round after round. No, bro. Like, and keep trying to fight the same person. Then she like, yeah, your friend got beat up. Then she threw her gum at me. What? What? You want me to fight Anna? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? I'm not fighting. I'm not doing. She trying to lead the way of chaos. I'm not following behind you with that shit, bro. You gonna look like a fool on your own. You gonna look like a fool on your own, bro. And then every scene is like, all right, we're gonna do a house meeting. It's not a house meeting. It's a fight. We're gonna go to rehearsal. It's not a rehearsal. It's a fight. We're gonna go to the show. It's a fight. We're gonna sit down and talk about this. It's a fight. I'm not into that shit no more. I don't want to be into it no more. I never, like, you know what I'm saying? I grew out of that shit, bro. And I could tell, like, and then it's crazy because you could tell the difference from fake beef and just a storyline for clout. Like, a bitch wants some clout. Like, how are you my sister and you waited till we get, okay, cool, that's cool, I don't care. Y'all, this is what they do, bro. They basically say, hey, we're going to give you the best of both worlds. We're going to give you what a label could give you, right? This is what these people say. They going to put us on a platform in a nice ass, what labels do, right? 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 Then they tell the bitches, like, if you don't fight, oh yeah, you're going home. You're getting replaced. What? All the bitches are sick, depressed, overstimulated, and can't find their identity. I'm the only one standing up to everybody like, so why are we actually fighting? My sister looked like a weirdo. I don't even know if that's, and then I don't even know if they, and just me y'all telling y'all this. I don't care. They're going to probably dress it up and make me seem like I'm the weirdo. And I look like I got some things to work on. Sure, bro. Sure, bro. The atmosphere of baddies is demonic. Everybody that don't want to fight is fighting. If you're not fighting, you're not getting your check. I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to work with Zeus Network ever again. I'm disappointed for real in myself for falling for it, or thinking I had enough self-control or something that, like divine in me, that I can make it about God.
She thought she was bigger than the program. She thought she was bigger than the program, yo. You don't never side with these people, man. Yo, Lemmy is a bitch. He deserved the shit slapped out of him. That's what Lemmy Plum deserves. He deserves all the shit slapped out of him. For that bullshit he pushing over there. And he making billions. This nigga then became yo, remember I told y'all it's a lot of money in ignorance? This nigga became a billionaire by pushing ignorance. Ignorance. Stereotypes. He feeds into the stereotypes. Matter of fact, right now I think he's over there creating the stereotypes. They need to slap all the shit out, yo, man. And anybody that work for him.
And then the more I make it about God, the more it's like set up to be against my walk in my faith. I don't like it. I don't. I'm about to delete my Instagram. I'm about to get on my flight. Check this out. Zeus knew what I'm going through, what I'm facing, what happened to me and all this other shit, and why I came, and what my intentions was when I came. All of those intentions, all those expectations out the window. My sister's sitting here crying and like, bro, everything just look weird as fuck, bro. But I'm logging out for real. I don't really like how like fame and people in the industry, it's like you have to humiliate yourself to be
Yo,
somebody.
because it's part of her image, yo. She haven't got a two. It's probably her contract. I mean, like, yo, she sold out. Yo, Krishan Rock was a good kid, man. That's fine. Let's look at pictures of Krishan Rock. Krishan Rock before the fame. Oh
according to Disco G.
No. It's about an image, y'all. They all selling out. Look at Krishan Rock before she got famous. Come on, man. She was a track runner. She played sports. Nonsense. She got on through nonsense.
You're not. And then, like, you know what the crazy thing is?
I mean, she's still a young girl, though.
I found myself, bro. You know, I went and found myself. So coming back to this shit, it made me feel like, damn.
Yo, money's the root of all evil, y'all. All money not good money. Yo, it's hard. They said that she might have been facing some financial hardships. You know, Blue was her partner in crime. You understand? They both was running plays together. Now he's not around because Blueface was a victim of the same system that's fucking with her. He's a victim of the same system. You know what I mean? Blueface wasn't gang banging and going to jail, and he wasn't doing none of that shit before he got famous. You feel me? Like, yo, there is no reason why, if you never been to jail before, yo, there is no reason why you become a millionaire and go to fucking prison. Yo, that is totally inexcusable. Totally inexcusable. I think Wack 100 sold Blueface and Krishan this narrative, because this is what Wack 100 did. Yeah, Wack 100 did do it. Wack 100 sold them this fucking narrative of, you know, all publicity is good publicity. It don't matter if it's good or bad. You know, that's the mentality nowadays. Most people adopted that mentality. That's why you see people doing videos trying to solve crimes, and you see the shit that's going on the internet. That's why you got these people, because they don't care. It's all about the next dollar. So it don't matter if I do a video implicating all these people on crimes and they go to jail. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Long as I'm profiting off of it, that's all that fucking matters. Krishan Rock was used to push ignorance. If y'all remember, yo, before Blueface got locked up, when Krishan Rock first started taking off, yo, she was all over the motherfucking internet. I was like, damn. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it all the way real. Yo, when her and Blueface separated and Blueface got locked up, I was relieved. You feel me? I ain't gonna say I was happy, because she got locked up too. She got locked up in Oklahoma. I was relieved, yo, when they both was locked up. At one point, they both was locked up. I was like, God damn, shit. Woo! I'm trying to tell you, I ain't lying. I'm keeping it real. I was like, damn, y'all. I never thought I'd be like relieved that they was off the internet for a minute. Because the shit that they was pushing, he fighting on her and all that, man, that shit was horrible, man. Shit was horrible. Ray J sell out too. But look, I'm gonna show y'all something after this. After I get the Lemmy, I'm gonna show y'all what Blueface mother said.
All I was doing was taking orders from people that was paying me. And I was pressuring to be somebody that I was not. And that I know myself, I'm willing to walk away from a check and just say fuck everything and tell everything and tell the truth, my nigga. Everybody's programmed to fight. Everybody don't like that show, bro. I don't care what nobody's saying, my nigga. I'm looking dead in my sister's eyes. We don't want to fight. We don't want to fight. It's like the demonic
Yo.
shit around us.
They try to get her and her sister to fight on camera, yo. Can you imagine that? Yo, can you imagine being persuaded to fight your sibling on fucking camera? You know, for other people's enjoyment and entertainment? Yo, that's fucked up, yo.
The program, how it's supposed to go.
Yo, I was always taught that you ain't even supposed to argue with your siblings in front of people. I teach my kids that. You know what I mean? You ain't supposed to argue with your siblings or your homeboys in front of company. You know, that's a sign of weakness. Yo, when you identify something like that, yo, that allows the enemy to come in and infiltrate. That's a chink in the armor.
Us to do whatever, say whatever out of our mouth. We don't eat on time, nigga. They starve us, make sure we're hungry, angry. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about this country. Y'all can sue me, y'all can delete my Instagram. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about fucking flying up, damn it, bro. On God, bro. On God, bro. Real shit. I used to let this shit slide with my relationship, bro. I thought it was love because I never had shit, nigga. Swear to God, bro. Swear, bro. Me and Sky.
Yeah, she pimping. And let me fucking all of them. Like, I don't understand how they lock Diddy up. And the shit that Lemmy got going on is more along the lines than what the fuck they said Diddy was doing.
Burning on each other because of this shit, bro. Real shit, bro. I'm beefing with whoever the producers or whatever because they want to set up shop to fight. I'm telling Sky, stop playing that weird music. Play my gospel real quick. I don't care what they say right now. Y'all keep fighting, so I turn the gospel up. Me and Sky fighting over the controls.
I don't know if she even from Baltimore,
Not
y'all.
because of me and Sky, because it's like stuff going on and I don't really want to.
They from somewhere. I think somebody said Lexus. I don't know where she from.
Be around it. Now it's like, all right, now that I'm in it, it's like, if I be quiet, don't speak up for nobody, it's not going to be a change. And everybody's scared to speak up. Every female on that show, including Natalie, is scared to speak up. And then Natalie is cool because she compensated for her silence. None of the other bitches are. I said that apology be out of fear of losing my job, losing my reputation, losing my like I didn't want them like editing the show to make me look like I was the demonic one.
You see this shit? I don't fuck with his father either. His father a bitch. His father participate in this bullshit. How his father a pastor? Think about that though, Ronnie. His father is a fucking pastor. His father's a pastor. Like, is anything that come out of Zeus Network preacher son worthy? Like, does that preach the word? Is that indicative of the path that his father is taking? You feel me? Like, yo, shit, girl, you should have slapped his ass when you saying him. I wish I'd have seen his ass.
Well, the one that was setting up stuff. But, like, I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't even care to find out, bro. Baddies shouldn't be baddies. Zeus Network shouldn't even be a network. It's demonic as hell, bro. I wouldn't even let my daughter be on baddies. Or my kids watch baddies. So why is it even a thing that's so influential, my nigga? I don't care. I don't care what nobody say.
It's influential because these blogs will take any amount of money to post it. As long as you got the money, you can make anything go viral. As long as you got the corporate dollars or just the financial backing behind it, you can get anywhere in this social media space. It's all about the money. The issue, the questions that I have is who's supplying the fucking money? You know, who supplied the money? Because you heard the other people talk about, you remember when, we're going to get back to her. You remember the dudes called out Lemmy for the bullshit he did? Zeus Network founder calls out Lemmy. The fuck is that shit? We watched it before. Here you go.
Oh man. So, breaking news, folks. The Zeus Network CEO, Lemuel Plummer, is possibly a little evil man. Alright? So, Amanda, Daystorm, King Batch, they all were very, very
Lemmy Plummer, or Lemon Pepper as y'all call him.
Daystorm comes and explain every single thing as far as how they were cheated out of this bread. Peep this right here, dog.
So I see Lemmy Plummer, or Lemon Pepper as y'all call him, is up on X spewing lies. But let me tell you something. Never trust tweets, only trust receipts. I'm about to break down for you the entire situation when it comes to Zeus ownership. I get a call from a good friend of mine, Lamorne Morris.
Angel,
Congrats on your
it's the
Emmy.
thing, Angel. People like watching fires burn. You understand what I'm saying? People like to watch a good crash. People would never admit it. You ever roll past an accident and you be like, man, why the fuck is traffic slowed up? The accident on the other side of the road. You feel me? People just want to see. And that's the mind frame of that's the mind frame of Zeus Network. That's the mantra. That's the prototype of people like to watch a car crash, a train crash, a fire. You understand? Long as it's burning, it don't matter if you get paid or not. Long as that motherfucker burning, people go watch that shit, man. People ride past accidents, traffic backed up a mile away. You get all the way up that bitch accident on the other side of the highway. Like, man, what the fuck accident he know this bitch? That's really what it is.
By the way, my brother. Lamorne tells me that he has a colleague named Lemmy Plummer who wants to meet with me about starting a social network. His pitch was he wanted to start a black Netflix for influencers and call it the Social Network, which was already a Facebook movie, by the way. He offered me a good amount of equity in the company and said he was going to look out for Lamorne for connecting us. He never looked out for Lamorne. Now, at the time, I had the biggest series on the internet called the Cart Series.
So listen to what it was supposed to be. Do you hear what it was supposed to be? Who transitioned it into what we got today? Listen to what he said it was supposed to be, y'all, in case you missed it.
Let me tell you something. Never trust tweets, only trust receipts. I'm about to break down for you the entire situation when it comes to Zeus ownership. I get a call from a good friend of mine, Lamorne Morris. Congrats on your Emmy, by the way, my brother.
Sound like how Black Lives Matter was hijacked by the gay movement.
Lamorne tells me that he has a colleague named Lemmy Plummer who wants to meet with me about starting a social network. His pitch was he wanted to start a black Netflix for influencers and call it the Social Network, which was already a Facebook movie, by the way. He offered me a good amount of equity in the company and said he was going to look out for Lamorne for connecting us. He never looked out for Lamorne. Now, at the time, I had the biggest series on the internet called the Cart Series. Baby, don't do that. No. Had over 500 million views. It was nominated for an Emmy, 4 Streamies, winning 2. Then Lemmy asked me, are there any other influencers I could bring on as partners because we needed some heavy hitters in social media for this thing to work. I said, how about I reach out to another longtime friend of mine, King Batch. He had the numbers. Lemmy agreed. Batch agreed to join. Lemmy said we need one more partner, some diversity. So Batch reached out to Jake Paul. But Jake was working on another project and said, I'll at least give y'all an episode on round 1. Welcome to the Taj Mahal. Then Batch said, what about another good friend of ours, Amanda Cerny? She was getting millions of views, making millions of dollars off of brand deals. We all agreed. Now, at this point, I broke down my equity so myself, Batch, and Amanda could have even equity across the board, and we all became co-founders.
I met with Daystorm, King Batch, and Amanda Cerny, who were pretty big influencers.
Yes.
And we ended up, I brought them on board.
Lemmy was supposed to be behind the scenes as the CEO, and the 3 of us were to be the face of the network, myself as the president. In the coming weeks, we started a group chat, and the founders came up with a new name for the social network. Some of the names was trash. And then one day I thought, wait, Nike was a Greek god. They were successful with their shoe and apparel line. Why don't we name ourselves after a Greek god? Let's be Zeus. So then Amanda's like, I had a dog named Zeus. Shoot, I like it.
Daystorm actually came up with the name Zeus. We were strategizing and talking about different names.
So then became the Zeus Network. In our operating agreement, Lemmy's job was to put up the money for the first round of content, which he'd get back as soon as we launched. Myself, Batch, and Amanda's job was to use our audience and our face and our likeness to blow up the company and give it a legitimate name. Lemmy's like, look guys, I'm a nobody, and you guys have the influence and celebrity to make this work. So that summer, we went hard as hell.
Zeus just came out today. You on this because you gonna die. At what point did you hear me say Zeus, man? When you looked at me and said,
as president, my job was also to go out and find as many creators as possible so that we could have enough content to live on the platform when it launched. To drive the necessary traffic to the platform, the flagship shows would be Batch, Amanda, and I also agreed to put season 2 of Cart onto Zeus.
Listen,
I even called in a favor from Uncle Snoop to pop up.
Listen to how it started, yo. Like, yo, these don't sound like bad shows. How did it transition? Who transitioned it to what we see today?
The series, and he looked out for me.
Can I tell you something? Strike one. You've been watching too much Zeus, nephew.
And then we spoke to 25 other creators who are also friends of ours and told them we'll give them a free series on Zeus if they promote the app. Let me promise all of them that they would get a percentage of the subscriptions. They didn't get a dime. So approaching the launch of Zeus, Lemmy calls me up crying, talking about the whole network about to go under because I ran out of money. I physically went into the office that entire summer and edited 4 series for Zeus. Then I put up $135,000 of my own money, paying for Bad Escorts, Caught Season 2, and 4 other creative series. Now, bear in mind, contractually, we weren't supposed to put up any money. But Lemmy said, I'm going to pay you back as soon as Zeus launches and we're profitable. Now, every show on Zeus has music in the background, but keep in mind, we had no more budget for music. So I called in another favor from my good friend Tommy Brown and Franks, and I said, yo, we need beats for Zeus. They done produced everything from Ariana Grande to Justin Bieber. Tommy gave us over 1,000 beats with a promise from Lemmy that they'd get paid back once Zeus was profitable. They never got paid. We understood that Zeus couldn't just be successful in social media. We needed a partner in traditional media. So I talked to my boy Fonz, and he links me with Tiffany, who works at SAG-AFTRA. Zeus ended up signing a historic deal as the first social platform to partner with SAG-AFTRA. And because of this partnership, I was also able to get a lot of the creators and actors their SAG card because they had shows and series on Zeus. And let me end up stabbing SAG-AFTRA in the back, by the way. This is why I say don't trust tweets. Only trust receipts. Let's keep it going. Now, since Zeus was a new platform and app, there was a lot of bugs that needed fixing. Now, our original tech partner, Nick, warned Lemmy that there was going to be some bugs and problems on launch day. But Lemmy ain't listen for shit. With his Napoleon complex, him and Nick used to get into it. So we throw this big-ass launch party in LA. We had ice sculptures, DJs, red carpet, big screens. Amanda bit the bullet and did this big-ass deal with Diageo for half her rate so we could have Ciroc as a sponsor. We was in it.
We came together. We're doing our pre-launch party, so coming out July 13th. I'm super stoked.
On launch day, all the creators who had a show on the platform promoted the hell out of Zeus, and over 45,000 people joined the platform that day. So now we on Easy Street. Until the next day, we get a call from our tech partner, Nick, who said there was a glitch in the system and everybody got into Zeus for free. We had to boot everybody out of Zeus and ask them to rejoin for the subscription price. And if you know anything about people, they ain't paying for after they got it for free. So the first round of Zeus was a wash. We had to scramble and come up with a plan for round 2 with no money. Then King Batch comes in clutch and saves the day and brings in our 5th partner, a silent investor named Ben Koo, who put up the funds we needed for round 2. On round 2, we changed up the plan and we used the funds from Ben Koo to make longer form content. Amanda secured Lil Tay, who was huge at the time. Bat secured B. Simone, who was huge at the time. I secured Quay, who was huge at the time. And Lemmy secured Michael Blackson. Those shows with TT being the flagship gave us enough subscribers and enough income to make it to the next season for even bigger shows. Now, Lemmy controlled all the money at Zeus. And at this point, myself, Batch, and Amanda were pushed out while Lemmy's taking these interviews acting like he did it all by himself.
But you did have partners. You did have partners. Why happened to them niggas?
You tell me.
Man, I Googled this shit. Stop it, man. Now, I remember seeing them.
You tell me.
So you bought them out, right?
You tell me what happened to these guys.
No, King Bach. Yeah. So King Bach, Amanda Cerny. That's what I was like. That's when they were lit.
Yeah, like I said, I created Zeus. I ended up investing my own capital. They didn't put in any money. They didn't do anything.
He seized all his Zeus accounts, got himself all his heavy security, and started spewing lies.
I thought they would bring some value, bring some money to the table, and do their thing, and they
He
did.
probably was a
Let me
plant
tell
the
you
whole
something.
time.
Anybody who needs that kind of security is either super famous or did a lot of people dirty.
Part of what makes this whole platform special is, yes, you guys are partners and owners with me in this. And what you bring to the table, like you said, is relationships. People would not do this if it wasn't because of you and King Batch and Amanda.
Now, when you have a successful company like Zeus, you do something called partner payouts. Lemmy pays himself, but never pays his partners. To be totally transparent, we had a falling out because a good friend of ours, who is now a successful Latin artist and used to be Lemmy's assistant, told us that he sexually assaulted her. Till this day, myself, Batch, and Amanda will receive K1 tax documents stating that we make millions of dollars from the Zeus network as partners. So we're paying taxes on money that we never received. So while Lemmy Plummer walks through Paris with 5 security guards and designer clothes and purchases, let me just read this, new home, RVs.
Lemmy done bought me a truck for my birthday.
The Zeus Network bought you.
Zeus bought it.
Cybertrucks, cars, jewelry, and he's giving out bags to everybody who walks through Zeus's door. The partners who initially kept the lights on and made Zeus what it is today received nothing. Don't let the internet and Lemon Pepper fool you. We put him on. This guy's a fraud. I had a call a few years back with Lemmy and a Jason Tobert, who's also works there and is too cowardly to say something because he was on the phone call. And Lemmy is like, you guys are losers. I'm going to drag this case until you all broke. Zeus is worth $1 billion. You can't beat the machine. You'll never beat Zeus.
Damn.
He's been dragging it. We spent over $1 million on lawyers already. Oh, they're not even part of the company. We have to sit up there and prove that he's on some. So we'll spend 3 months and a couple $100,000 just to prove that he's telling a lie. We've been literally fighting this dude in court for 2 years, y'all. I found out that Zeus has multiple lawsuits that Lemmy done settled behind our backs. And when you hear all these women on TikTok or you hear Ray J going off and
to all the women that's going through this with Lemmy and going through this with Zeus, like we hear you and we gonna help you.
Yeah, but he's a sellout too. So we can't pay no attention to what Ray J says.
We're gonna stay in this room for 3 to 4 hours until you do what I tell you to do.
I don't f- that.
Why not? Wait.
He's like the Black Harvey
I don't
Weinstein.
know. I don't think so. If you want to support the platform, Grimes, hit the Cash App. 'Cause I don't think they're turning the money. I put the link in the video.
Jets and throws out money to crowds off of a career full of lies. Keep in mind that if he can do this to his partners, imagine what he would do to someone who is not. Anyway, y'all, this has been my TED Talk. I just wanted to explain to y'all the ownership of the Zeus Network, and you're looking at the fucking president.
Okay, so after all those details, Lemuel Plummer just simply responds saying, I will address your lies, post very soon, Daystorm. In the meantime, let me know if you're interested in being on Smile LA. I look forward to court/trial. So that's a typical tactic.
All right, now let's get back to Krishan Rock. Because I want to get to what he said in reference to what Krishan Rock said.
I just keep saying, we tired. Nigga, me too. That's why I'm gonna hang my phone up. After this FaceTime call, I'm gonna go get my bags and I'm going to the airport. Guess who got my motherfucking ID? The assistant. Why don't Krishan Malone have her ID? Asked him that. Is it because I'm the type of person to get on the flight? I don't even have my motherfucking ID. I'm glad I got clear. I could fly out JFK with clear. I don't need no fucking ID. I'm going home. For real. For real. This shit ain't worth it. This shit tearing my sister apart. I'm like, I can't wait to see how fake this shit is. Bro, I should be saying nothing should even come out. There shouldn't even be a fucking network. Like,
It really shouldn't, yo.
I don't have my ID. No, I don't have my ID. They've been holding this. Takes blood. She want to keep going round after round after round after round after round. No, bro. Like, and keep trying to fight the same person. Then she like.
Yo, was we not clear, y'all? Did y'all see that? I hope y'all ain't let us get not clear and ain't say nothing, man. Are we clear? Were we just clear? And when I was reading that shit? Well, y'all couldn't see it. Y'all gotta say something if we don't get clear, man. D Money. What it do? That is bogus. Yo, what Krishan Rock said is true. They taking advantage of women. And look, you know what's crazy, right? I found a video of Natalie Nunn basically saying the same thing before she got paid handsomely.
Natalie, what's going on? Are you held hostage?
Look.
Why is the car still here?
Yeah, now you guys got the black. Like, where's the cursor here? I asked you guys to start the car. He want to kick everybody out. Hey, June, here we go.
Looking stupid. You sitting there looking stupid.
Yeah, and you got me held hostage in the whole motherfucking shit.
Yo, they really letting this fucking clown have sex with them. Like, yo, this is yo. If this not what they was a legend of Diddy, yo, I don't know what the fuck is. Like, how did Diddy go down? But Lemmy is allowed to do this type of shit.
I'm not a baddie. I don't care. You don't.
You are a baddie with a phone up your ass, bitch. Stop fucking talking.
The fuck happened to the fuck? They blooped it out. The fuck is this? Oh, Krishan Rock. I left respectfully. Yeah, he with the program. He with the system. He's a bitch. He need the shit slapped out of him, like in real time. So he put out another response. Guess somebody called him a baddie or something. he called the nigga a baddie. Hey, some people are asking, so why I'm responding to Krishan and others this season. And I understand. No, I'm not gay. A female, a baddie, Diddy, respectfully, or evil. I'm simply speaking up because I'm exhausted by the ongoing disrespect and disparagement from some of these ladies. I provide these young women with genuine opportunities that have allowed them to earn substantial income and achieve instant visibility and fame. I don't force anyone to do anything, nor can I control what others choose to say about me. However, I will no longer remain silent simply because I hold the title of CEO. People often place you on a pedestal that no one can realistically stand on. At the end of the day, I'm just a human, just like anyone else. I'm not looking for sympathy or empathy, but keeping it 100, moving forward. This nigga's a bitch. I swear, yo, he need the shit slapped out of him. Who the fuck wrote this? So now he posting screenshots of Krishan. Says she need help. I think Krishan would have been fine. Maybe not financially, but mentally, if it wasn't for Zeus Network. Now look at this girl. Now she is speaking out. This Blueface mother. On the exact reason why I say black sellouts is the biggest problem in the black community. Listen to this motherfucker girl, man. She totally brought in.
You didn't disrespect Zeus Network. You disrespected every network that would ever work with you. You scared all the networks off. This is Hollywood. They all stick together. Okay? They're all one big fucking family and they're all one big friend. You're running off all your opportunities in life. Nobody wants to deal with somebody that talked about their last network. So instead of your mama trying to talk to me, she should be telling you these things. Okay? No job. I don't give a fuck if this McDonald's wants to hear you talk about Taco Bell. They don't want to hear about your bad relationship with the KFC. You know why? I was a manager at a restaurant, I know, when I was a kid. If you go in there talking about your last job, they're scared of you because you're going to go run your mouth about their job. Now that's the first thing you need to do is silence yourself.
Look, she is angry. Krishan Rock fucking up the bag. Not just hers, but everybody's. Krishan Rock that blew the whistle. She a whistleblower. She done blew the whistle and told y'all that this shit is scripted and it is staged and these girls don't want to fight. They damn near been held captive. Look at her. She is angry, man. Her old ass. Fuck your old ass so mad for? The fuck? Selling out ass.
Sit your mouth. You didn't disrespect Zeus Network. You disrespected every network that would ever work with you. You scared all the networks off. This is Hollywood. They all stick together. Okay? They're all one big fucking family and they're all one big friend. You're running off all your opportunities in life. Nobody wants to deal with somebody that talked about their last network. So instead of your mama trying to talk to me, she should be telling you these things. Okay? No job. I don't give a fuck if this McDonald's wants to hear you talk about Taco Bell. They don't want to hear about your bad relationship with the KFC. You know why? I was a manager at a restaurant, I know, when I was a kid. If you go in there talking about your last job, they're scared of you because you're going to go run your mouth about their job. Now, that's the first thing you need to do is silence yourself. Sit your mouth. You didn't disrespect Zeus Network. You disrespected every network that would ever work off of. Everybody in the industry is scared of you right now. You're going to abuse them, beat them, or talk shit about them.
Yo, so this just shows you, yo, that this is sad, man. Yeah, this is horrible, man. That Krishan Rock decided to blow the whistle on the negativity that's going on and the bullshit that's being pressed over there in Zeus Network. And you got another black woman, older black woman, comes out and shames her. She should support her. She should be like, "Damn, about time somebody said this shit." Yo, as long as we got these type of people, yo, we are always going to be viewed as disfavorable in the light of the world. Always. It's never going to change. As long as we got people that when other people decide to buck the system, they side with the system, yo, we always going to be fucked over.
Just because shit don't go your way, it does not work like that. It does not work like that. You're running off every opportunity that will ever come your way. Any producers that are like, "Oh, I want to help her. I want to do something." You're scaring off the pastors. You're yelling out pastors' names in situations they shouldn't even be involved in. Now, why would a pastor jump up and talk to Lenny about your work abilities? Either you work or you quit. You don't talk shit. Okay? And that's not just Hollywood. That's if you work at McDonald's. That's if you work at Dollar Tree. You don't work at Dollar Tree and go to Walmart and say, "My last boss just used me. She worked me so hard, and then that's why we didn't get along."
She cool with the disrespect. Yeah, you can do anything to her. She probably fucking. She probably sucked me off too. I mean, somebody like her, yeah, she accept. It's all about exactly. It's all about accepting anything for the bag, Angel. Straight up and down. She got a price. You hear me? She don't even know it, but she got a price, man.
You keep your fucking.
Yo, you ain't supposed to put no price on integrity. You ain't supposed to put no price on your morals, honor, dignity. It ain't supposed to be no price on that. She got a price. She'll say anything for the right bag.
Mouth shut. Same with your man. I'm talking to the rest of you dumb assholes too. Up.
Why is she so mad? Who paid her? He probably paid her to say this. "Hey, Clarissa, I got 10,000 for you. Make an Instagram post, man. Go against them girls that been talking bad about the show. I mean, I'll put you on the next one." This shit is horrible, man. Yo, but Clarissa Shields responded to Layla Ali. Remember a couple weeks ago, we watched Layla Ali's and she spoke about Clarissa Shields and how he fell out. And Clarissa Shields responded.
"Oh, when you start losing the fight, you go below the belt." I really did not want to have
What's
to
up,
respond
kid, baby?
to this video because I am not into tearing another black woman down. This is just another example of the older hating on the youth. So now I want to come and set the record straight on what really happened, how our beef started, and how we got here today. So let's take it back to the beginning. 16-year-old Clarissa Shields from Flint, Michigan, fighting her way to the Olympics to represent her country. Now, for those who don't know, around this time, I was relatively unknown. I was a diamond in the rough. Mary Spencer was 3-time world champion. She is from Canada. Me and Mary Spencer met up at the Continental Championships to face off. And oh, did I put a whooping on Mary Spencer. For those who don't know, the World Championships and the Amateurs come around every 2 years, where all the countries in the world meet at the World Championships, and you have to fight 5 to 6 days back to back to become world champion and hold a gold medal. Mary Spencer did that 6 years in a row. I, relatively unknown, at the age of 16, beat Mary Spencer on the point system, 17 points to 34. After that, interviews flooded in from all over.
One of them is boxer Clarissa Shields. She just finished her junior year at Flint Northwestern, and while her classmates enjoy summer vacation, she'll be competing in the world's biggest stage.
Now, she has to be one of the potential feel-good stories of the London Games.
American Clarissa Shields has the potential to stand out from the crowd. At the age of 17, she was the youngest boxer to try out for the national team, and Shields hopes to qualify for the London Olympics by finishing in the top 8 of the middleweight category in China.
You know, I always have the highest hopes for myself. So she was not the first person to interview me. Me beating Mary Spencer put everybody on notice. The young black girl from Flint was coming. Speaking of all the interviews that I did, Layla Ali came to the Olympic Training Center where I was training for the Olympics at, and me and her developed a big sister and little sister relationship. And now I wonder if it was even genuine because she gave me bad advice. She told me to stay amateur and win as many Olympic gold medals as I can because there was no TV exposure and no money for women's boxing in the professionals.
When she asked for advice, I gave her valuable branding advice and boxing advice so she could have long-term success in and outside of the ring. I told her she should hire a nutritionist, trim off that excess body fat.
That was nothing but her trying to body shame me and discredit me for winning world championships at weight classes in 5 different weight classes, which is 154, 160, 168, 175, and 175 plus. I went against her advice, and I was the first woman to make $1 million in women's boxing. Before this interview on The Breakfast Club with Layla Ali, me and her were very friendly. This is what ignited the entire beef.
You got Clarissa Shields now, who's an Olympic champion. She went to the Olympics, won twice. Women's boxing wasn't in the Olympics when I fought. She actually fights at the weight class I fought in, and she's doing great. I mean, you know, it's still not what I would have wanted. I would have wanted more because I have a big picture in my mind. It was great.
Would you ever get back in the ring just for fun, shits and giggles?
Money right, Layla there, and I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge.
She claims that I took this out of context. And one thing I will say, she wasn't just saying that I wasn't good enough to inspire her and to give her a challenge. She was saying that all the women who were currently boxing could not give her a challenge. The problem is that I am the only one that says something. Now, coincidentally, I'm not the first woman athlete that she's done this to. Let's rewind again and take it back to when Ronda Rousey was the queen of combat sports.
Are you a fan of Ronda Rousey?
I wouldn't say that.
Before it was me, Ronda Rousey was the queen of combat sports. I mean, this girl was armbarring girls in less than 30 seconds. She was viral. She was making hundreds of millions of dollars in her field.
Yeah, I think she's been like highly disrespectful. Yeah, I really don't think Layla Ali was hating on this girl, man. I don't think she was hating on her, man. And from based off the comments, a lot of people telling Clarissa she just need to let this shit go. Like they said, this video made it worse than what it already is. You know, because we watched the video of Layla Ali and she provided proof as to how everything played out.
On top of her game dominating, Layla Ali became jealous. And instead of her embracing Ronda Rousey, she started during interviews telling everyone how she would beat Ronda Rousey in a fight because she was too small and the size of her daughter. Play the clip.
Do you think Ronda Rousey, would you be able to take Ronda Rousey?
And no woman can beat me, period.
No woman.
No woman. Period.
Not even Ronda.
Of course not. She's too much smaller than me anyway. She's like the size of my daughter, my 3-year-old.
Layla Ali had been retired for years and still entertained conversations about coming out of retirement and fighting Ronda Rousey. Layla Ali was bluffing. She was bluffing then, and she's bluffing now. This is what she does. She ties her name to whatever combat sports woman is popping, and she said that she'll beat them in a fight. And then she plays victim once they respond. So, we all know that Ronda Rousey was on top of her game. Once Ronda Rousey lost, Layla Ali went on a celebratory tour laughing and celebrating the fact that Ronda Rousey had lost her first and only fight.
me train her. It's like, train Ronda Rousey. I'm like, but I thought you thought she could beat me. What happened?
So would you do that?
You can't train somebody's chin to take a punch. But for the right amount of money, yeah, we could probably make.
What does Ronda Rousey need to work on?
Oh, where do I begin? You know what I mean? I think we need to understand that in order to be the best in the world, you definitely don't ever get beat up like that in your prime, period.
No, it was pretty bad.
I remember you said the best in the world don't get beat. You still feel that way?
No. I said that?
Yeah, I thought in reference to Ronda Rousey.
You don't get beat the way she got beat. You know, to just get 100% taken advantage of in the ring and just look like a little rag doll in the ring, that would never happen.
Now, this is the thing that people wanna overlook. She's supposed to be so classy and supposed to be so, above everything. But look at these interviews here where she's clearly laughing at Ronda, discrediting Ronda, talking about how you can't be a great and lose that bad in your prime. She just taking a dump all over her, and Ronda Rousey was really that girl. So, I don't know if you guys know, but up in boxing, it takes a lot to get inside the ring. It takes a lot to prepare for a fight. And we all have a camaraderie where we don't laugh at each other when we fail, someone loses a fight. We don't kick each other when we're down. We have a good sportsmanship, and if there is any competitive spirit, it's not in a disrespectful way. The way that Layla Ali celebrated Ronda Rousey's loss was disgraceful, and it showed that she has no integrity and that she doesn't even understand how serious the sport of combat sports is. So I'm playing these clips so you guys know it's not just me that Layla Ali hates on. She hates on any woman in combat sports who starts getting more notoriety than her. In Layla Ali video, she said that I had become a disappointment and a bad representation of our sport and culture. When Colin Kaepernick started to kneel to protest racial injustice and police brutality, it was a chain reaction. The world was tired of seeing unarmed black men being gunned down and killed by the police. Everybody came together to fight and stand united under one slogan: Black Lives Matter.
Hey, we're not doing that. We don't support that shit. That shit wasn't real. Maybe she thought it was real. Maybe she still think it was real, but we ain't doing that. I don't keep it G News. Fast forward that part.
This is what Layla Ali had to say. Play the clip.
You're black, but we as black people are not calling the shots. We're not in charge. You have to fit in. You have to conform to a certain extent, but still try to be true to yourself. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like with me, for example, I don't a lot of times just post that I like, that I might see that are very pro-black, but I won't post it on my Facebook page because I have fans from all races, from all around the world, and I don't ever like to make people feel separate. You know, and sometimes they do, like when you just be like, Black Power, I love my, you know, so it's like.
Yeah, but it's kind of different, man. It's not no long history of female boxers. No, it's kind of different in male boxing compared to female boxing.
I think it's time to I like the all lives matter. They're all lives matter, you know, and that's kind of what my focus is.
I never supported Black Lives Matter. I got videos in 2019 on Facebook. Well, not no more because the Facebook deleted my page. But I ain't never support Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter wasn't never about black people. It was never about the advancement of black people. It was never about police brutality. Black Lives Matter was the LGBTQIA movement in disguise. That's what Black Lives Matter was. So I don't have no issue with anybody saying anything opposing the Black Lives Matter. Even if she didn't necessarily know that. You know, maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But I don't see no issue with none of this shit.
But it's hard, you know, because, you know, you got sponsors and you got this and you got that and you don't want to step on anybody's toes.
You said you don't want to speak out because you don't want to lose sponsorships and you don't want to upset your different fans. Your father, Muhammad Ali, used his platform to stand up against oppression. To me, it doesn't seem like you're proud to be who you are or to be the daughter of the great Muhammad Ali. For those saying that Layla Ali YouTube hate documentary that she did was classy, that wasn't classy. That was mean girl energy. She was being nice, nasty. She's always wanted to hate on me out loud, and now she's doing it proud and with her chest out to promote a YouTube channel. Now, in Layla Ali hate documentary, she says that her dad will never want his name tied to mine, and that he did not like the fact that I called myself woke. Well, lie detector test tells us that that was a lie. Play the clip.
Call yourself the GOAT, that's fine. It's flattering. You look up to my father. We both thought that was cute. That was sweet.
5 minutes later.
My father would not want to share his name or image with her. She does not represent anything about him in the ring or outside.
The champ is here. The champ is here.
Layla, did you forget that you told me that your dad was flattered and proud that I called myself the GOAT? Layla Ali says that I lied about what transpired when she asked me to spar.
Now, you know that was a flat out lie. We know that if that were true, she would have said it years ago when it first was mentioned that she wouldn't spar me. There is absolutely no way she would have passed up the chance to tell everyone that she called my bluff and I backed down.
Here is a clip of her telling the same story that I told when she asked me to spar.
You got that
Oh,
from your daddy?
Clarissa sparring. When I talked to her, yeah, she reached out to me when she first won the Olympics, and we talked, and I gave her some advice, and I said, hey, you ever want to spar? And she's like, you want to spar me? I was like, calm down.
Found that when she asked me to spar, I said, you want to spar me? The lie detective shows that that also was a lie. We're going to keep playing these clips. So now that we both see how the story of us sparring happened, if it is still on the table, if the offer is still on the table, we can still spar, because we all know that you're not ever going to get inside the ring and fight against me. Nobody thinks that Layla Ali can beat me in the fight. She doesn't think that, and neither does our peers. Play the clips.
Clarissa Shields.
Oh, come on, you gonna play Terrence. That's your motherfucking, that's damn near your brother, man. Like, yo, she hope she got some more people than this. Yo, she played Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, she out of control, man.
I don't think there's really any question that she's the best women's boxer today.
Of all time.
All time. You putting over Layla Ali?
All time. And I love Layla.
Wolf?
All time.
Coal miner's daughter?
All time.
And she's the best fighter fucking in the world, bro.
Yeah,
There's
that's
nobody
it.
better than Clarissa as a woman, bro. I don't give a fuck who you name. Nobody is coming close to her.
Yeah,
Two Olympic gold medals, bro. So
I
if
ain't gonna
that's
lie,
the
yo.
case,
Sometimes
this girl,
yo, sometimes you got. I don't really think that that she might need to see her in the street fight or something. Yeah, maybe they can meet the back alley or something. Like it don't necessarily have to be a boxing match. I mean, it can meet up in the back alley and just get it out the way. Because yo, she talking hella shit, yo. Sometimes you just gotta prove people wrong. Now you don't always want to do that because you don't want to ruin your legacy in the process of trying to prove somebody wrong. Maybe they just need to spar. Maybe it don't need to be no exhibition or no title fight. Yeah, maybe need to be a back alley brawl or something. You heard me? Something like that, man.
was a man,
If she was a man.
bro, you know how much support niggas have of her. Like,
Yeah, nah,
the
she-
whole boxing world to have crazy support because she'd be Floyd Mayweather, bro.
There's no comparison.
Damn.
At all time. I love Layla too.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody coming close to Clarissa.
Right.
2-time Olympic gold medal.
Yes.
3-time
Said 15 million.
undisputed.
Yes.
Well, how many weight classes she did? 6.
Even Muhammad Ali's grandson says that I am the best female fighter of this era.
Here with my boy Nico Ali Walsh. How you feeling, brother? I'm feeling amazing. How about yourself?
The fuck is that
Everything's good. Clarissa Shields came out today with a 15. She had a $15 million check in her video and told Layla Ali, "Step up. We got the money." What do you think in the it? Is she reaching? Is it a potentially a good scrap? What do you think? What are your thoughts? I don't think the fight is
Yeah,
gonna
of this
happen.
era. You're right, kid. She playing word semantics. Of this era don't mean that you can beat Layla. Yo, Layla is way bigger than Clarissa, y'all. Way bigger. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But at this point, if somebody was running their mouth like this about me, I think I would fight them. I ain't gonna lie. I think Layla might actually take the fight. 15 million hours. I think she might take that.
I know Layla's significantly older than Clarissa. If the fight did happen, I think it would be amazing for women's boxing. So that'd be a fun fight to see.
Is Layla even in the gym? Is Clarissa just trying to reach to get to a different level? Is she trying to use Layla?
Oh, Clarissa doesn't need to use anybody. Clarissa is the greatest female athlete of my time. Like, there's no question about it. Her accolades speak for themselves.
Even Muhammad Ali's ex-wife, your stepmom, said that I'd kick your ass.
I'm Khalil Ali. I'm Muhammad Ali's wife.
She said,
I want to back her up. Okay. I'm backing her up. Okay. To kick Layla's ass. Okay.
She's too old now. She retired a long time ago. But if she can't turn down that bag, I understand $15 million. At the end of the day, man, and she got punching power, right? She do what she got to do, man. Get that bag and go on about her business. But
Yeah, that is,
hey,
Mike, that is a
but I
good
got
point.
Clarissa.
That's definitely a good point. Clarissa ain't really got, she ain't got nothing to lose. That is an excellent point. If Layla lose, she damn near lost her legacy. Even with the age differential. Even with the age differential, if Layla lose, Clarissa definitely got more to gain than Layla does. I agree, Mike.
Shield. Are you asking me who
I
I
don't
got?
know, y'all. I
got
don't
the
be liking that shit.
This
man.
is why you can't go anywhere, because we need those direct takes.
This is why she's mad. Now, I have to put this out there. Layla, for you to do a 28-minute hate documentary, a smear campaign on my career, I have to give it to you. You are officially the most obsessed with me.
Clarissa Shields. Clarissa. Watching Clarissa Shields. We're not even in the same weight class. I know that she walked around heavier, but that would not happen. And
get
not
the fuck outta
simply
here, man.
because she's not strong enough. Okay, because I would definitely knock her out. But because she's not talented enough to beat me. You're talented. You can box. You can.
Oh, shit, look at
Okay.
Is it
still
possible
got
one
some
of the
moves.
biggest fights of all time, the matchup between you and Clarissa Shields could ever take place? Is it possible?
It's
Because
absolutely
that's what people want to know. What would it take?
It's absolutely possible. Is that she is just not physically big enough or strong enough to handle me. And she does not have enough skill to keep me off of her.
Want to do it? Is she an inspiring opponent?
I don't know, y'all. I think Layla might beat
So now it's the
her.
matter of-
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. She just so much bigger than her, man. Yeah, I think Layla might beat Clarissa Shields, man. Even at this age. The only issue she would have, because with age, it comes win. The only issue she would have is trying to, being fatigued, going around. If she can beat her in like 6 rounds, what's women boxing? 10 rounds? Is it 12 rounds in women's boxing? If she can beat Clarissa in like 4 or 5 rounds, I think she can win a fight. If it was to go to distance, I think she might lose.
See that mouth.
If that
Because
mouth
when it's
raises
personal,
the purse high enough.
when it's personal, that starts a fire, right? And when the money's right and it makes sense, then why not?
In 2020, when I was dominating all these weight classes, Layla pulled this exact same stunt. Now we're in 2025, and I'm more viral than I could ever even be happy about being viral. And now here she is doing it again, trying to tie her name to mine for relevance.
Hey, yo, fuck
When
no.
asked about fighting me in
Fuck no,
2020,
yo, what the fuck? Yo, she tripping. I don't know, yo. Maybe I got something against, some of these younger people. Yo, she just said Layla Ali was trying to tie her name to hers for relevance. I don't think Layla Ali needs to do that. I mean, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm a prisoner of the past, man. But I don't think she need to do that. I don't think she's bringing her up without being asked about her.
this is what Layla Ali said.
Clarissa Shields, there's rumors that you're gonna come back and fight her. What? Everybody's talking about it, or in the boxing circle.
The rumor that I heard was that I said that unless somebody had 15, 20 million, don't even call me about this. That's all.
Turkey has that money. Turkey gonna set this up. I know it.
Unless somebody calls me
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
We're not even gonna have a conversation. I'm not trying to come back and fight, but if someone offered that kind of money, I would actually have to think about it.
My team win records. All of us came together and we had $15 million in escrow for Layla to have a fight against me. Listen, the spices aren't selling and her TV shows are doing very bad.
Damn.
I was trying to put some money in her pocket
Oh, shit.
and help her.
She has been giving out charity. Hold the fuck up, yo. Yeah, fucking Clarissa Shields out there been doing charity work. See the Clarissa Shields, man. Yeah, man, she out there trying to feed the homeless and help the needy, man. she said, you know, her spice is doing bad, you know. She ain't really making no money right now. You know, I just trying to slide a couple hours, you know, get it right. That's what she said, y'all.
And her legacy. I got great news for you. We got the $15 million. But instead of her being happy about that, she got angry. And then
so
as we have to go
in other words, y'all, you know, to put it in layman's terms, Layla Ali should be grateful for this opportunity to fight Clarissa Shields.
Hey, documentary, you're going to show a clip of me getting dropped in a fight that I won unanimously? I have won every fight, unanimous decision or by knockout. Layla, you won a fight majority decision, and it's even one that should have been a split versus Jackie Frazier.
Damn, that was a hell of a knockout right there.
She said I'm a bad representation of our culture. Let's clear that up. I've never been in jail. You can't find a mugshot of me. I've never tested positive for PEDs or anything. So, therefore, how can I be a bad representation of the sport? You know who is a bad representation?
Don't get me wrong. I would tune in. I might buy that bitch pay-per-view. I ain't gonna lie.
Baumgartner, who she has pictures with. So my message to all the young girls and young boys coming up, never let the people that came before you try to discourage you, put fear into you, and make you not want to chase your dreams.
I don't think she did that though, yo. Yeah, this bitch showing text messages and shit. Y'all can't even see that, can y'all? I ain't ready to stop it and read it. All right, yo. Now I want to go to the Alicia Andrews trial. You know, because I keep saying people in the comments, yo, she cooked. Yeah, but I ain't heard no real, the strongest evidence they had that implicated her or in any way to this crime. Well, not implicated her to the crime, but said that she was aware that, well, that she had issues with Julio Fulio that would lead to her setting him up, was a text message from 3 years before he was murdered. And people saying that, you know, her sister tested, well, one of her homegirls testified and her homegirl thrown into the wolves. But I don't think the homegirl testimony was that damaging. She admitted that she ain't in no gang. She admitted that a lot of people want a Julio Fulio dead. Matter of fact, let's see if we can find clips. We can find a clip so we ain't gotta go through the whole joint. Murder suspect. Oh, she kept a secret screenshot. That's different. Okay.
May I proceed? Good afternoon, sir. Please state your full name for the jury.
My name is Chris Drebeck.
And where are you employed? I work for the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office.
Are you also a member of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office Gang Unit?
I am.
How long have you been employed with JSO?
Going on 9 years since May of 2017.
And are you also assigned a specific gang or gangs in the unit?
Yes.
Who are you assigned?
I'm currently assigned a criminal gang called 21st Street and another criminal gang called Rack Chasing Family.
So not any of the ATK, 1200, or 6 block gangs that were referenced specifically in this case?
No.
Are you familiar with those gangs?
Yes.
Do you work alongside the detectives who are specifically assigned to those gangs?
I do.
And were you familiar enough with those gangs and in your workings with those detectives to create the charts that we previously admitted as State's Exhibit 89 in this case for the gangs?
Yes, we facilitated the charts together.
Did you maintain a relationship with the lead detective from the homicide investigation from Tampa?
I did.
And was that Juan Ramos?
Yes, ma'am.
From what point at learning about the death of Charles Jones did you begin working with the Tampa Police Department?
The morning they called me on June 23rd.
And what was the nature of that call?
So originally my supervisor reached out to me because he was notified first, and my sergeant provided me with information of contact info for a Tampa Police Department detective. And I reached out to that detective, and they supplied us with information relating to the death of Charles Jones.
You see, like, it's like, none of these things they talking about is in relationship to her.
Did you have an opportunity to view Charles Jones's Julio Instagram account in advance of him coming down?
Like, I know the jury gotta be confused. I'm ready to just go to the whole shit so we can skim through it. I know the jury gotta be confused, man. They're not releasing Julio full hit with multiple rounds. They're not really releasing no information about her, man. Let's see. All right, let's go through the whole shit. 8 hours, god damn. She put herself in a fucked up situation, man. That dude should never, like, you should have never allowed her to be there. Like, why would you use your girl for this? Like, it was, like I told y'all before, it's girls that, this is what they do. That you don't use your girl for no shit like this, man. Now, here it is. This girl done had a baby while she was locked up. She fuck around, never see her child. But she got to take fault too, because you want to be involved. You want to be in the mix. You want to be a girlfriend to a drill rapper or a driller. You kind of subject yourself to this type of shit. Because these niggas, a lot of niggas don't care, man. Niggas don't. I don't know. This is a horrible situation for her to be in. I'm just saying, you ain't supposed to put your motherfucking girl in this type of situation. I don't give a fuck if she wanted to participate. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck if she knew to play and wanted in. I'd be like, man, you is tripping. Like, I don't know what the fuck you talk about, but nah. Because they didn't really need her. Now, I understand she probably was used because she was she was able to hide in plain sight. You understand what I'm saying? But there was so many people there he was at clubs, yo. Like, you don't need a person like her to blend into a club. Like, it'd have been different if they caught him walking down the street or they was walking down this block. You know what I mean? And yeah, we want, I need the girl, to blend in, make it look like we're a couple. You know what I mean? That would be understandable. But to catch him or try to kill him at a club event where it's hundreds, if not tens of people, she didn't need to be there. Yeah, I mean, they could have did that shit without her. And mind you, she didn't tell. She talked a little bit too much about, she kind of threw herself under the bus. But she ain't say she knew knowledge of anybody being murdered or any conversations that led to a murder. She ain't say none of that shit. I actually think only reason she's charged is because she didn't tell. If she'd have snitched, they'd have let her go. Y'all know that's the game, right? If she'd have snitched, they'd have let her go.
In the area of firearms examination and identification.
I did.
Can you tell the jurors about that training?
So my training included read.
Does that report contain the unique FDLE number?
It does.
Does it contain the submitting agency's
She already had the baby.
It does.
for that case?
It does.
Does it commonly contain a description of the offense that it's related to?
Yes.
Does it sometimes contain the name of a victim if it's a crime involving a victim?
If provided by the agency.
Yes,
Yes.
already had the baby.
Also in the report, does it indicate who the officer is that's submitting the agent or the evidence
Yes.
and the date that it was submitted?
Yes.
In this case, did you in fact conduct analysis on multiple submissions from two different agencies and produce multiple laboratory reports?
I did. Yes.
So I'm going to go to your FDLE number 2024-030-7688 laboratory report dated December 26, 2024.
Am I allowed to refer to my notes?
Your Honor, may she refer to her notes or her report? If you want to have your report in front of you while you're testifying, that's fine. If you refer to it, please let us know.
Okay.
So in that case, who was the submitting agency?
This case was submitted to us by the Tampa Police Department.
And was evidence received or submitted to the Tampa Bay Laboratory here in Tampa on September 18th of 2024?
Sorry, I'm referring. I apologize. There's two reports in this case. One of the submissions was received on September 18th, 2024.
I was going to ask you to hold that open because you may need to refer to your notes. I was going to ask who is the submitting officer?
So for the one submitted on September 18th,
Mo.
the submitting officer, I believe, is Juan Ramos.
And was that in reference to a certain offense?
Yes.
And was that offense described generally in your report?
Yes.
Was it described as a death investigation, Hillsborough County, June 23rd, 2024?
It was, yes.
Now, on that report, you have the unique FDLE number you've indicated to us. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. The agency number is documented?
I wrote that.
Is the agency number documented in that report?
The agency number,
Where there was a labeling discrepancy, like we talked about earlier.
there was, yes.
How did you remedy that?
It was remedied by reaching out to the agency, indicating that their labels did not match the information provided on the box and what was in the box. The items were returned to the officer to remedy the situation and fix their labeling.
Did it appear that the agency's exhibit number for those had been inverted?
Like, yo, this what does this have to do with
And
her?
what was your conclusion?
I concluded that it was eliminated from the item 9 firearm due to a difference in class characteristics.
And what class characteristics were you looking at?
So in this instance, the difference in the GIMP widths, so that raised portion that we saw on that one, that width was different between the item 1
She ain't got nothing to do with her,
firearm
yo.
jacket and the rifling in that firearm.
And
The highest people saying she done. Look like she's nervous.
so I want to go to your January 9th report, and this is going to be FDLE number 2024-040-3556.
Cold, I cold that bit.
Okay. And in that report, who was the submitting agency?
For this case, it was the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office.
And did you also document in that report the agency number?
Yes, it was provided to me.
And what is that?
The agency number for that case is 24-03-18206.
And were there items submitted to the FDLE laboratory in Jacksonville on July 9th of 2024
There were, yes.
by that agency?
Yes.
And was one of those items your item number 5?
Yes.
And what was that described as?
One fired bullet.
And was there an agency exhibit number associated to that?
Yes.
And what is that?
3-13.
Now, did you examine item number 5?
I did.
The bullet. Did you determine its caliber class?
I did.
And what caliber class is it?
I determined that it was a 30/7.62 millimeter caliber class.
And that's the caliber class you've previously described as containing the .300 blackout caliber?
Yes.
did you compare it to item number 9 in the report that we were just talking about, your FDLE number 7688?
I did.
And did you come to any conclusions about that item?
I did.
And what was that?
I concluded that the item 5 bullet was identified to the item 9 firearm.
Okay, that's the Anderson Manufacturing 300 blackout weapon?
Yes.
With the binary trigger that we were just looking at?
Yes.
And that Jacksonville case, was it an offensive death investigation out of Duval County?
Yo, so this is how they got to them guys so fast. They used ammunition that was used in crimes in Jacksonville. This is how they was able to trace it back to them so easily or so quickly. Through ammunition.
I just want to be a good person and I don't want to be involved in this. All that information should come in before the jury as well, even though we believe it's not relevant.
Okay.
Proper character evidence.
So, sounds like they want the whole thing to come in.
You don't.
No, I know, but absent your objections, but if you're forced to choose between a redacted version or a complete version, you would opt for a complete, correct?
Correct. We don't believe that the state should be allowed to cherry pick information.
Well, they weren't cherry picking, they were doing what I asked them to do.
Well, I mean, as far as the redaction,
Right.
they shouldn't be allowed to list only into evidence the information that appears to be negative towards Ms. Andrews.
Sure, okay, so then I'll overrule the objection, the whole thing can come in.
Your Honor, I just need, a few seconds to run outside and let the witness know about that.
Sure.
But if we can please, if there's any objection to the other items, address that first.
Okay, what other item?
So there is a 75C12.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to write it down.
Through 16.
Through 16.
That are being added, Your Honor.
Wait, 75, C 12 and 13.
Through 16.
12 through 16, okay, what are these?
Which I'm going to from the finish first.
Well, state, just tell me what they are, and then I'll hear what the objection is.
Additional instructions from Ms. Andrews' devices.
Okay. Can I look at them?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what are the objections? Let's start with C12. And let the jury know, we just had something come up and we'll be with them shortly.
Your Honor, may I stand up the bench? I can stand up here.
Sure. Okay, C12 is, it's like photographs, O'Neill.
Correct.
So those are screenshots, I believe, or maybe photos of Ms. Andrews, the two individuals that I don't even believe the state will be able to establish who they are. I don't know how they're going to establish that. I will let them, talk about why they want to get them in. But from my perspective, again, they have absolutely nothing to do with this case. And you're going to see a pattern between 13 or 12 to 16 that this is again an attempt to introduce improper character evidence by the state to, I don't know, I guess the argument is that alleged that she has knowledge, and I just don't know how far this is going to go around her.
Well, I don't know, I'm guessing, I'll let the state answer, but it's something to do with the alleged gang sign? Is that what this is
That was
relevant
correct,
to?
Your Honor, and the
She
date
took
of
the gang sign?
Or was retrieved from Ms. Andrews' device as having been captured on that device predates when she gave her statement of when she knew this co-defendant, Mr. Chance, and several questions were asked on cross-examination yesterday regarding whether they knew whether Ms. Andrews had the phone with the photos or screenshots were taken that were introduced versus her co-defendant. These would have been before the co-defendant's involvement.
I don't think that's an accurate characterization of what we were asking. There were specific photos that the state was referencing, and the question was whether or not that witness could testify as to whether Ms. Andrews had the phone at the time those screenshots were taken. So it's not about every phone that was backed up, every
How are they gonna prove that?
iCloud device. That's not what the question was about. There were, I believe, 3 specific photos that we asked the question about whether or not.
How are they gonna say she did that?
Ms. Andrews took these screenshots and she was the person who did it.
Well, Detective Grayback, he was questioned about, is the phone, I guess her phone, I don't know, I heard this, that it disappeared, was no longer available, something along those lines.
That device has not ever been recovered.
Never been recovered. So then she gets a new phone on, I think it was June the 26th, correct? And then the download happens on the 26th, correct?
Correct, from iCloud.
From iCloud.
Which is
Did
the
the
device
new,
that disappeared, Your Honor. This would have been information that would, the iCloud was taken.
right.
So,
But
yeah.
Detective Grayback was questioned about his knowledge and if he knew who downloaded those photos originally and when they would have been downloaded. And there were specific questions on cross-examination noting the date of June the 26th, and definitely the implication was, and I think actually, Mr. McGlyman asked the detective if he knew if there was any evidence that Ms. Andrews at times lent her phone to Mr. Chance. That was asked.
Which has been testified to by the state's witnesses. That's a known fact.
Okay.
Nobody's disputing that. It was the state who implied that because she only had the phone for a day or so, that somehow that meant information was missing, even though they have the entire iCloud with 370,000 different artifacts. So I guess the implication was that there was some information missing. The point is, the information is from the iCloud, it's not the device. I can throw my phone in the river and download my entire iCloud and do the exact same things on my new iPhone that I have on my old iPhone. But the bigger issue is,
The questions that were asked specifically about the photos that were to be entered into evidence yesterday. They were not about every photo that exists in her iCloud. But I think the even bigger issue is, Your Honor, where does this end? At what point are they not allowed to just keep introducing irrelevant information about, 50 different gang members that she lives, within a 5-mile radius of that she's come across? They can't even tell us who this person is. They won't even be able to establish who that person is. Whether or not she slapped them in the face and said, "Why did you throw that sign up?" They can't, none of that matters though. It's not relevant to the allegations in this case. This is becoming a please find her guilty because she knows gang members case.
That is what it sounds like.
Discuss about Ms. Andrews is about who she knows and not how she's connected to this murder. And at some point it has to stop, Your Honor.
That's what I said. Like they haven't produced no evidence that really implicate that she knows or knew about this plot. The strongest evidence is the face mask, the surgical mask that she had on. And they got her video in other places where she didn't have it on. That's the strongest evidence, yo, that she knew something wasn't right. Other than that, I ain't saying nothing to say she knew about this murder.
Let me take a look at the other ones real quick. So that is C12, C13. It looks like these are photographs again.
It's actually a video, but there's only one still from the video. If Your Honor, you can see the last page of the still from the video.
Right. Okay. And what's the significance of that?
The individual depicted in this image is the individual that Ms. Andrews is messaging with from the messages that we've just looked at that the state was providing potential redactions to. He is a member of the opposing group, and those messages are pretty clear as to what it relates to their conversation. This is them in a relationship prior to her involvement with ATK and 1200 members.
So is this the K Shorty or is this someone? This is K Shorty. Okay. And if I recall, Your Honor, I believe the point of that this entire text thread was not to show that they were in a relationship. It's to show that she acknowledged that he had some sort of gang involvement. And if that's the case, why does this photo matter? Other than to show the jury that she is cozying up with gang members. That is the entire point of all of these exhibits, Your Honor. And but then she's taking photos and saving them to her phone of herself with gang members making gang signs. My response to that is so what? Why does that matter to you? Well, to me, it seems like it goes to the weight the jury is supposed to give as opposed to admissibility. But this is weight of what, Your Honor? Okay, first of all, you guys stood up an opening statement, okay? And you told this jury, and there's no evidence she's a gang member. Or that she's associated with a gang member.
I already told you about that.
I'm not done. So you get up an opening statement and you say, this was just a romantic getaway. She thought she was going with her boyfriend somewhere. She didn't know any of these individuals involved. She had no idea that this was going to be a gang-related anything. That's what you told this jury, an opening statement. Yeah, specifically that she didn't know the individuals involved in this murder. Okay. And they haven't shown you any evidence of that. Yeah, but going on a rampage about 50 people that are not involved in this case. We did not say that she didn't know any gang members. What we said was that she did not know Davion Murphy, Rashad Murphy. We haven't heard anything about that. We heard Sean Gathrine's grandma testify. I've never seen her before. There's no evidence even that they even have a relationship outside of her knowing who she was. But again, Your Honor, what does that have to do with this murder?
Nothing.
I'm sorry, counsel is like talking sideways in my ear.
Absolutely nothing.
Okay. All right, let's look at the next one.
I think that'll prejudice the jury.
14. And what is this?
This is a screenshot of J. Breezy's music video that was also saved to the device in 2019. There were some indications regarding the earlier, screen shares or screenshots that were taken in the case that the gang detectives talked about. But most importantly, J. Breezy is linked to this case as having provided payment to Ms. Andrews' boyfriend. Ms. Andrews had obviously testified in her interview, and we expected to come out in testimony that she was not with that boyfriend at this time, putting her having knowledge of this individual at the time of at least this screenshot, which would have been back in 2019.
2019?
We still have to provide payment to Mr. Chance for the Airbnb before Mr. Chance provides payment for the Airbnb this time.
Yo, they using the fact that she wanted to be down. She screenshotted a video of J. Breezy in 2019. Who fool died last year. 5 years ago. That's crazy.
I'm sorry, y'all. So this is a screenshot of, I didn't see which one it was. This is a screenshot of a music video? Yes. So, I'm going to sustain the objection as to C14. Okay? All right, let's move on to the next one, C15.
15 and 16 are both screenshots from what was discussed by the detectives yesterday relating to the cell phone evidence that they had seen or observed with this defendant's communication with
that.
Keeks or Marquis working.
What is it? What is it I'm looking at?
These are Both 15 and 16 are screenshots that were saved to Ms. Andrews' device. And it is an Instagram chat, so when you open up your messages on Instagram, it is the chain of the messages. These messages depict her messages with an ATK keys, which has been identified as Marquise Wortham.
And these are from 2020?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hey, yo, what the fuck? They may have to go back to when she was in middle school.
So at this time, I'm going to sustain the objection as to these. Now, they may become relevant at some point. We'll see what the testimony is. And I'm going to overrule the objection as to 75C12 and 75C13. Okay?
And Your Honor, I just, so that's not that when the jury comes in, we also, like I said, don't believe they'll even be able to get testimony as to who those individuals are.
One thing I can say though, this judge is being very fair. Like in all the cases we covered, I think so far this has been the fairest judge in all the cases we covered over here.
Let me confirm, you allowed it, was it 13?
The screenshots that show Ms. Andrews with the other individuals as direct evidence of her knowledge.
Yeah, so that we can avoid any potential argument. If the argument is authentication, these items were obtained from the device download that was obtained pursuant to a search warrant from law enforcement for the device. So I'm not sure what the legal objection is, but
I mean, there's a lot of legal objections, but the biggest one is that in order for these, I guess, to become, I don't think relevant, but who's going to establish who these individuals are? Just because they're in her phone and they got, certification and business records.
I don't know that
all
the
this
state,
stuff.
I don't know the state has to, okay? So we'll see. All right.
maybe 60 seconds, Your Honor, to update the witness.
Sure.
They don't have no evidence on her, y'all. Nothing concrete. That I seen anyway. I can't see why she ain't take the deal. Carissa, what it do?
Cybercrimes unit.
Since 2016.
In that time, tell me what some of your day-to-day duties are.
So when I originally started in the cybercrime unit,
Man,
it was
shout
more
out to
focused
the
on
A&O.
internet crimes against
Who
children,
won the battle,
which is a
Carissa?
task force, and then that evolved into digital forensics
limit
to
cash
help
money.
assist those cases, and eventually the cybercrimes unit now includes digital forensics and internet crimes against children. So my responsibility is probably 50-50 on both now.
What training and experience do you have in the area of actually analyzing these types of evidence?
So I've taken multiple classes with NW3C, which is the National White Collar Crime, and then individually for like specific tools. Main one being Celebrite, where I've completed the physical operator and analysis, certified forensic repair technician, and then with Axiom, I've done multiple classes for computers and then cloud extractions, and then also received certifications with IASIS, which is more specific on Windows computers, and then actual the forensics of going through the deep artifacts of the devices.
Okay, so I'm going to break down a couple of those things. You mentioned something called Axiom and something called Celebrite. What are those?
Those are what I refer to as analytic tools, which you can, one part of their...
So they're going through the messages.
Information from there.
Yes.
What is the... Does this one have phone numbers for the participants instead of ID numbers or?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Wayne ain't come. That's the kind
And
of
are
fuck
you able to see
everything
the
up.
phone numbers on this report itself?
Now this is not clear, y'all. I can't.
those phone
It's
numbers
not clear on my end either.
Yes.
And with owner, is that indicative of the device
hardly
from
see
which
that
this information came from?
It is.
You mentioned when we were looking at the Instagram messages that there's a to or a from. Do we have that information in each of the top of
Yeah, you
the
can't
chat
really
bubbles
see
that we
that
see
shit.
here photographed? Okay, good.
Yes.
Can you tell me from whom the top message came from and
That's
what
not
if
clear at
anything
all.
it said?
It shows it came from the owner's device to the phone number ending in 7558. And did you want me to read the actual
The
message?
content of the
itself?
message, if
Okay.
you would.
It says, if you get a iPhone and you have a Android, you can switch your stuff over. I just figured it out if you ever upgrade.
Did that same message that was captured there?
Yo, what they should have charged her with accessory. They should have charged her with accessory after the fact. That's what they should have charged. It seems to me they had more evidence of accessory of her trying to hide her level of cooperation. They got more evidence of that than her actually being a part of the crime.
So, or that same sender also send the next message that's captured in green?
Yes.
And does that one indicate anything was actually sent as far as content as well?
As far as the message goes, it says like your pictures and stuff.
And was there any response or message back to this device captured in this chat?
Yeah, it shows that the message received was about a minute later. And it just says, switch and bring your hard-headed self home.
That message, those messages that we just looked at, 76B8, were those and UTC time consistent with the device being, or sending these messages at 8:39 p.m. on June 26th?
Why the fuck
Yeah, so
this is not
this
clear?
report or what you're viewing here has been converted to Eastern Standard Time. So the times would reflect Eastern Standard Time, and that's what the -4 means.
And lastly, for this device, from state 76B4, is this another one of those messages where you're able to tell us whether it was between devices with a number or on some kind of social media account?
This is from
Gonna hack the
devices with
stack
phone
up.
numbers.
They haven't really produced no evidence though.
What is the timestamp that is related to the first message that's sent?
It is
So far, what they showed is that this is a long-standing feud. A lot of people died, and her boyfriend was on one side. But that don't mean she knew about the murder.
Maybe not necessarily in this PDF or printed version of it, but on the tool itself, it would let you.
Are you able, from the actual report that gets extracted, to decipher some information about its originating location?
Yes.
What is Text Now
They're
chat?
using text now.
Text Now is a voice over IP application that allows you to send text messages and phone calls, receiving phone calls, basically over the internet. So as long as you have cellular data or hooked up to Wi-Fi, you can download the application and basically request a phone number and then make phone calls and text messages using the application instead of the native phone number assigned to that phone.
Is that different from sending a text message or a call from your device?
It would still be from the device, but through an application.
So you would use the phone, but you'd be using an app.
Yes.
Now, if I called you in that app, would my phone number to you be the same as my phone number that AT&T gave me if I select a number?
It'd be whatever phone number that Text Now provided to you.
But it is not the same as an extraction, for example, from the instant messages from a device or the iMessages.
No.
Was there in state 75C1 an extraction report from the Axiom for this device?
Yes.
And is this device the alicia.andrews03@yahoo.com?
This is not a device, but a
Return from iCloud, so
I
data
didn't
from
see
them.
that shit, man.
And would that have been from that Alicia Andrews 03?
You a sicko. Why you blocked me over a call I didn't even initiate, trying to act like you mad, and I make people comfortable. I didn't do shit to make nobody feel comfortable. What the fuck? Why are they showing messages that this was her and her boyfriend sending back and forth?
At Yahoo.
Yes.
All right. Now, what is it that we're looking at?
This is just text messages or messages that the Axiom tool has pulled from that iCloud extraction.
Is it possible that this isn't the entirety of all of the messages that go back and forth?
Yes.
Are you able to select some messages by date or timestamp?
A new Mila. What the hell is you talking about?
Are you able to
Ricky
actually
Ricks.
see the full video or even grab some of the frames from the video when you're pulling an extraction report?
Yes.
And is that what's indicated here from that same video?
Correct.
Just a screenshot, basically, if we're using layman's terms.
Yes, I think even when you go back to the still frames where there was the 8 different frames from that video, you can see that it's very similar.
Are you able to tell me anything about the date and time that this video was preserved from the data or file information here?
It just shows the last modified and then more importantly the EXIF created, and how we mentioned earlier the EXIF data is more data about the file itself.
Yo, none of this is relevant, y'all.
All right, and do you know, or can you tell me what this is?
Oh, what is this? This might be relevant.
It's a picture about
On this particular screenshot, this one is
The exit
Okay.
data
All right.
is
So they
more,
building up to the
data
relevance.
about the file itself versus a lot of times when you see created, access, and modified,
Well, that's
that
from the
refers
NO.
to that file being in a specific place.
And
in
the
that
motherfucking NO.
So if you put a folder on your computer and you make a copy of that folder and put it somewhere else on your computer, those created date and times will be different because it's whenever you copied and pasted it. But the exit is specific to when that video file itself was
You gotta
created.
see what's happening.
So typically,
What's happening.
forensically, that's the one we try to
When
focus
Clarissa
on.
come in the
if
building.
it's available, and in this instance it is, which is 6/22/24 at 5:26 p.m.
It's hand,
And are you
baby.
able to say that that is also
Is that how they say? Is
standard time
that how they
based on
say,
the
Clarissa?
agency information also provided?
Yes.
Publishing 75C5 from the same iCloud return. Is this an actual either screenshot or an image on the device different from what we've just seen reflected as a video?
Yes.
Is there a time reflected in the screenshot itself?
Yes. 2:58.
And is there data associated with the screenshot itself?
Yes.
On this particular screenshot, this one has a PNG label. How is that
So
different
this
from
the
what we
night
saw
Julio
before?
Julio was killed?
PNG is often associated with screenshots when it comes to Apple devices. So if you do a screenshot of an Apple device, it'll save it as a PNG versus the HEIC file.
The EXIF data for this one is depicted down here. Is that the same EXIF data for date and time that we would be looking?
All right, let me turn the this shit down. So
Yeah.
Yes.
And are you able to tell me what the EXIF data tells us about this particular screenshot?
It shows the original date and time to be 6:23 at 2:58 p.m. Or I'm sorry, yeah, p.m.
PM?
I'm sorry, no, so 2:58. I was looking at the time. So 2:58. There is no p.m. or a.m. associated with it.
When you make a full download as it relates to the Instagram profiles, followers or following, are you able to review the file path and the file information to assess whether there's following, followers, followed by? Those categories that Axiom gives you.
Yeah, so in this scenario, yes, you can see what Axiom has parsed out, and it shows that the
So she
account
followed Young and Ace. See, you're like everybody in Jacksonville probably follows Young and Ace. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck don't follow? If you ingrained in this culture of drill rap in Jacksonville, you follow shit. I follow Young and Ace. I ain't got shit to do with the murder.
It would be more from the source, and I can see that the source looks.
He don't follow her.
There to tell you exactly the same, but it looks like the source might be a little bit different, and that's why we have 3 records.
Okay, and then when you see the evidence number or information, is that referring to the file that is provided from iCloud?
Yes. But in there are multiple different folders, and you see that where it says source here, being the original one, and then there's that number, the 1295723, and then there's folder and subfolder and subfolder. So every line that you see is another folder within that folder. So every slash mark.
75C8, do we have the same type of following report or information that was pulled from Axiom? Page 4 of that exhibit.
I wanna hear the
For
cross-examination.
username Julio.
Correct.
And do we still have or also have those columns?
She
regarding
followed Julio
following
too.
And is followed by?
Yes.
As it relates to this particular account is,
At the top where those ones are being received by that cloud account information, and it says unknown direction. So probably didn't parse or
You want to go one day?
plist files or databases that were given.
but there is a number associated with the received by,
Yes.
and then the unknown direction, can that be from this?
This is
this person
2023.
responding
Yo,
back?
what the fuck is they doing? Like, what is the relevance to this, man? It's in 2023, man. Whole year Julio was killed.
And what I think is concerning, especially references to what needs to be proven in front of a jury, what the jury's going to do. Okay, well,
information that Apple provides to me as far as what account it's a.
Thank you. Sorry, it's fine.
No cell phones in court, y'all. Know the rules.
All rise.
Go ahead, Gary Spectrum. Grew up her whole life in prison. She ain't even built like a lady yet.
Alters are just.
Okay, very good. Everyone
Man,
have a seat.
man,
Welcome
man.
back, and we'll continue on with the detective. You may proceed. Here.
Detective Wars, I believe when we left off, we were on the extraction for Alicia Andrews over at Yahoo. We're still familiar with that extraction report. In looking at State's Exhibit 75C12, are you able to tell me the difference between the two dates that we see as it relates to the first date stamp on the page versus the second?
It shows October 15th of 2023 at 11:02 p.m. and the last modified time being 5/15/2024 at 9:34 a.m.
And modified, as you've already described for us, can that mean copied, saved, updated?
It could just be a change to the picture. I'm not sure what the changes are. Viewing the thumbnails, it looks like it might just simply have been cropped, but I can't tell you for sure what the change was.
And the same as when we discussed the other thumbnail images, you would be able to access or enlarge the image from that date.
Yes.
Lastly, 75C15 from the same iCloud extraction.
Yes.
Is there some evidence that this is not a photograph and is instead a video?
Yes, if you look at the file name extension where it says file name, it says MOV, which is pretty indicative that it's a video file. But then again, as I explained earlier, Axiom takes frames from it. In this case, it took 10 frames from the video file and then put it to where you could see what the video potentially would have.
And just like as you did previously explain, are you able to then view each of the various screen grabs? You can watch the video as a whole, or you can actually look at it in parts.
Correct.
Now, as it relates to the extractions or really any device, are you familiar with who the phones belong to, where the whose phones the extractions came from, the circumstances under which this information would have even been provided to you?
I know the information that Apple provides to me as far as what account it's associated with. As far as who's in control of that account or device, I do not.
You don't know the facts or circumstances surrounding the case?
I know the general facts of the case, but I don't know about the individual evidence items.
How about your involvement otherwise in cases like this? Are you out, on the street and interviewing witnesses, investigating potential suspects, things like that?
No, well, we do interview suspects as far as text, but also not just include as far as Celebrite is concerned, phone numbers or names. It could be.
Yo, I know this. So the jury is probably like, yo, what the fuck is y'all doing? Like maybe they got like a smoking gun or something, yo. Because right now, I'm not convinced. Yo, one of the worst things you want to do as a prosecutor in a jury trial is lure the jury to sleep. Yo, you don't want to do that. You're gonna lose that case. It ain't even gonna be just off the fact that you couldn't keep the jury attention.
With that Apple account for the owner, and then the actual iCloud email.
And that would still be the one with manager underneath it, that owner identifier?
Correct.
Even if this name under 3825 changes, so that in this particular set of messages it indicates manager, but are you looking to the phone number that's actually depicted next to or above owner?
Right, the phone number. I believe that Celebrite is saying that this is the owner of the phone.
Here, may I have one moment? Yes. And lastly, 94C3. Is this another text message exchange that came from this device? Owner name, Sean Gathright.
I believe that this is still an iCloud account.
I'm sorry, I keep saying device, iCloud, return.
But yes, it shows that the message, or there are messages between that phone number that's associated with Sean Gathright, and then there's another phone number in there.
Are you able to identify the time from which the first message is actually sent?
The first message depicted here is 6:23 of 24 at 12:58 p.m. and in Eastern Standard Time.
I will pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, Ross? The clerks, who's attempting to find them?
Yo, what the fuck is this, man? I'm highly disappointed in Jacksonville. Like, this case is garbage.
Actually, not a photograph, but it's a clip of a video.
So it's a still shot from a video?
I believe that that's what was presented.
Let's
Good afternoon.
let's hear what the defense saying. Cause I'm not, yo, are y'all confused? Like, yo, what does this have to do with her? Like, yo, they went through text messages, didn't show anything incriminating. It's like, yo, they trying to find her guilty, right? They trying to find her guilty by saying, look, she knew about these guys. She knew that it was an ongoing feud. Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean she participated in the murder. Where's the text messages? Know what's helping her tremendously is they got her on video handing the other dude her phone. So the defense can ride that wave the whole trial. They got her on video handing her boyfriend, her baby father, that phone. So they're able to ride that the whole trial because it's on video that this man uses her phone. In particular, he used her phone that night. So it's not saying she wasn't involved, you know what I'm saying? Because she fuck around was. But they just got to prove it. And I don't think that they're proving it right now. I don't think they can prove she was involved in this crime just by showing that she was aware of the beef that was going on in Jacksonville. She was aware of Julio Fulio. She didn't like Julio Fulio. She said she didn't like him 4 years before he was murdered. Like, I don't know, yo. I think that's a huge hurdle. I think that's a stretch, man. I think that so far, I think that's a stretch. I haven't seen nothing like concrete yet. I haven't even seen nothing that was really what you call it, circumstantial. To be honest.
So I want to take you through some of the exhibits, starting with the last one we kind of went through. This exhibit here, this is the iCloud from Sean Gathright, or at least the iCloud that belongs to Sean Gathright.
I'm not sure if it belongs to him, but yeah, the identifier showed Sean Gathright as being the owner.
All right, the iCloud username is the Rockout Sean username.
Yes.
All right. So this is not Alicia Andrews' iCloud.
I don't know. Again, I can't associate it with anybody. I only can tell you the names that are on the accounts.
Got it. But on this account, Rockout Sean, there's no indication that this account has Alicia Andrews' name tied to it, correct?
I have no idea if it is or is not.
All right. This message that you see here, could you read that in green?
I'm coming home. My thirst is quenched. I love you, Murphy.
All right. Murphy, do you have any context for who sent this message?
I don't know anybody in this case.
At any point in time, did you meet with Detective Ramos to go over any of these
You see what I'm saying? Can't even see that
devices
shit.
or the iCloud returns
I don't recall specifically going over any specific artifacts.
with Detective Ramos?
Correct.
Or with any detective in the case?
No, I do the extractions, or I'll put them into some sort of software to where they can view it, and then I usually do a small supplement saying what I
Like,
do,
yo,
but as far as
like, yo, I just don't see what they doing here, yo. Yo, I literally believe if she'd have told, she wouldn't have been charged. All they wanted her to do was tell. And see, the problem is, Ricky Ricks, you know how I know. Yo, they would charge you for not telling. You understand what I'm saying? It seemed like to me, that's why she's charged in this case. If she would have told, she would have been home free. She'd have been home free. If she'd have said, look, man, they set it up. This happened. I was involved. Man, she wouldn't even have been charged in this case, man. It looked like to me they charged her because she didn't tell. And that happens a lot in criminal cases, y'all. People that don't know, they do that. It's like, that's a tactic they use.
Interpreting the data or seeing how data or items are relevant to the investigation, I don't typically take part in that unless it has to do with a child exploitation case that's assigned to me.
Understood. All right, so I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 75C4. You're not aware of the significance of this photograph. Is that correct?
Correct. And I believe it's, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that this is actually not a photograph, but it's a clip of a video.
So it's a still shot from a video.
I believe that that's what was presented. There's a video file, I think, that goes with this. That might have been just before that. It shows all the clips. Yes, sir. And then I believe that that image is just one frame from that video file. But regardless, I don't know the relevance of the video file or the image itself.
Showing you State's Exhibit 75C9. You're not aware of the significance of this photograph either?
No, sir.
Or the relevance?
No, sir.
Missing something. Did you go through Alicia Andrews' iCloud return?
No.
Not at all?
Other than I'll usually go through
Yo, I ain't gonna lie.
some of the...
Yo, this is horrible, y'all. This is horrible, man. I know they made her watch some of the music videos. Let's see what this guy's testifying to, because he was an irrelevant witness. I think I seen him on the stand before in one of them other cases in Florida.
Registered to.
It was registered to Damali Lyle out of Jacksonville, Florida.
During the course of your investigation, did you learn who Damali Lyle is related to in relation to one of the co-defendants in this homicide?
Yes, Damali Lyle is the mother of co-defendant Sean Gaithright.
And where does Damali Lyle live?
13751 Victoria Lakes Drive, Jacksonville, Florida.
Located in Duval County?
Correct.
Did you locate the address of Sean Gaithright, one of the co-defendants in this case?
Yes.
Where does Mr. Gaithright live as well?
51 Victoria Lakes Drive, Jacksonville.
Did you also able to determine the license plate for the silver Chevy Cruze?
Yes.
How did you determine what the license plate was for the silver Chevy Cruze?
Once we have the Black Impala identified, there's a variation that you can run in the system called the convoy feature. And what we would want to see is if any other plate hit at the same tag readers that the Impala hit at the same time in multiple locations, indicating that they're traveling together. And we did find a silver Chevy Cruze 2018 with a tag number of 30B NRI that hit at multiple LPRs with the Impala.
Did you learn who the silver Chevy Cruze with the tag number 30 BNRI belonged to?
Yes, Jasmine Glennon.
Does Jasmine Glennon have a relationship with any of the co-defendants in this case?
Yes, she shares a child in common with Shaheem Murphy, the brother of co-defendant Rashad Murphy.
Also cousins to Davion Murphy?
Correct.
Who?
Your Honor, at this time, the state would introduce into evidence State's Exhibit 80, 81, 82, and 46A, B, and C.
Any objection?
Want me to show you again?
Okay, admitted.
So Detective, I think that you mentioned a couple of different companies. One was Vigilant, is that correct?
Flock, Record, and Vigilant is one of them as well, yes.
And did you utilize cameras from Florida from all three of those companies?
Yes.
I'm going to show you State's Exhibit number 80. So up here it says Brittany Jackson. Who is that?
She is one of our civilian crime analysts for homicide at the City of Tampa.
A civilian
And I'm
crime
going
analyst.
to kind of go through and
What, she working
explain
pro bono?
what is depicted on this investigative summary. So what do we have here, over here in the upper left?
What's she like a volunteer
That would be a
firefighter
picture
or
of the
something?
entire vehicle of the plate that the camera's focused on.
And then the center picture.
That is a picture of the plate that the camera's focused on.
And these two photographs, that's actually the photograph being taken by the license plate reader, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, correct.
And then what is this third picture over here to the right of the license plate?
That is a Google Maps.
Yo, none of this involves her, yo. Like, yo, none of this involves her. Like, you know, we could watch this evidence when the next trials come. Like, what is the evidence that? Okay, what's this?
A second slow.
I'm going to show you B1 first. Can you tell us what is being shown in B1?
Yes, this is a camera from the homes to suites on the east side of the building, pointing southeast towards McKinley.
Is she in that car?
What we see here is now the suspect black Chevy Impala has arrived into the parking lot, made an immediate right and drove north past this camera.
And then where is this camera angle?
This camera's on the same side of the building, except it's pointing northeast towards McKinley and Fowler. As the suspect, Black Impala, travels north, it now crosses in front of this camera.
Yeah, but that ain't got shit to do with her. I see what you're saying. That was the Impala that the mother car.
Yeah.
No.
Is there a time that was associated that you were able to determine based on coordinating it with the video footage from the home to suites?
Yes.
Yeah, like these other boys are done. You know what I mean? Yo, but it's like they're using evidence they got against them, but that shit really don't apply to her. It really don't apply to her, man. You see they got a strong case on everybody else, though.
Again?
Correct. And from this footage, you'll see the Silver Cruise drive southbound on Spectrum, cutting across Fowler onto southbound McKinley.
They did Julio bad, though, man. That boy was tripping, though. That's yo was tripping, man. See, this is the thing about drill rap. I just don't understand. Yo, how many more instances you gonna need of this before you realize that drill rap is not it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. But I told y'all it's like a false reality. You know, drill rappers are being sold a dream through blog sites, posting them and sharing them. You understand? But there's no real career there. It always ends like this. Like this is how it always either ends like Julio Fulio or like the guys that's on the trial right now. This is how it always ends. And it's bad, man. Man, innovative, what it do? That like button, y'all. And if you want to support the platform, Cash App Baltimore Swag is at the bottom of the screen, man. Support the real, man.
Detective, do you recognize all three of the vehicles that are now being shown in States 22B6?
I do.
And can you point out who is in that black Nissan Altima that is at the top of the screen?
The black Nissan Altima has a Tafa McRae, Aaliyah Albert, and Camilla Bentley in it.
You yourself interviewed Mr. Tafa McRae, is that correct?
I did.
Did you also eventually get an interview with Aaliyah Albritton, the lady who is depicted in the pink?
Correct.
And mind you, yo, remember one of these guys is on the stand crying. I don't respect that shit at all. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you can't, yo, Julio Fuller was a target. He been a target. If you're around him, you a target. So you can't then act like you was a victim and you was innocent and all this shit and you knew what the fuck yo was doing. Nah, we don't do that on Keep It G News. You know, we keep that shit real. Yo was on the stand crying like he's some type of victim. Nigga, toughen up, nigga. You knew what the fuck you signed up for when you was hanging with Julio Fulio, man.
Black, they just passed a black Dodge Charger, is that correct?
Correct.
And can you see who is seated in the passenger side of that vehicle?
Yes, signified by the white socks with the red tips. That is the victim, Mr. Charles Jones.
Had you, as part of your investigation, obtained other video footage that occurred earlier in the night?
Yes.
And were you aware of how and what he was wearing?
Yes, white and red.
And other members of the party that was with him?
Correct.
Who ultimately was in the black Dodge Charger with the victim, Charles Jones, when this occurred?
Xavier Edwards is the driver and Gino Norris Jr. in the backseat.
And what car just passed by?
The suspect, Silver Cruz.
And then there is a vehicle that is parked directly behind the Dodge Charger where Charles Jones is a passenger. Who is located in that vehicle?
Armani Turner, Miss Randolph, her friend, and Robert Howard.
And again, you interviewed all of those three individuals later that morning?
Correct.
What's going on at this point in the video?
The Cruz has now turned around and is headed back out the way it came in.
And in any video footage, including this one, the Tesla and the surrounding cameras, had any, prior to that happening, anybody gotten out of that black Chevy Impala?
No.
This first shooter, what sort of firearm did he have?
He had a pistol that was firing at a fully automatic rate.
And what area was he specifically targeting?
The windshield of the black Dodge Charger.
All of the other vehicles with the victim, did they immediately leave?
Yes.
Did you put together a composite video that compiled all of the camera angles of the surrounding hotel and the Tesla and put them chronologically in time together?
Yes.
I'm going to publish 22A. And sir, this is all put together in chronological time, is that correct? Stitching together the various videos.
Okay, correct. Easier to follow.
And what is being shown right there, what that car just passed?
Yo, come on, yo. They already went through this. They played the same evidence from day 2.
They did not.
Alright, here we go. The fuck is this? Hold on. Let's go back.
I'm going to publish 41A through B.
Hit that like button, y'all.
Let's start with 41A. Did you do a composite that merged two different cameras?
Correct.
And where are the cameras located at Teasers nightclub?
They have two on the front, one on the west side of the building and one on the north side of the building that basically capture 3/4 of the building.
And what is this camera angle that we're looking at first?
This is at the south east corner of the building pointing west, and it covers the front door. To the right there, that gray door, that's the front entry into the club.
And what is the timestamp? And can you give us what the correct actual time would be?
Yeah, the timestamp's 2:16:50 right now, and it's 7 minutes and 23 seconds slow, so the correct time frame would be closer to 2:24, 2:25.
What are we looking at now?
This is the first time the Silver Cruise is seen on camera arriving in the area. I'm sorry, the second time the Silver Cruise is arriving into the area. The correct time would be 2:24, 2:25 as well.
At some point, did you speed up the footage to make it go faster?
Yes.
Other than increasing the speed, is there any other alterations that have been made to this video?
No.
How many cars was used in this? 2 or 3? That's her getting out the
Ramos, what's
car.
happening at this point in the video?
Top right there from the Silver Cruise, we see defendant Isaiah Chance exit the driver's side and co-defendant Alicia Andrews exit the front passenger seat, and they are now walking through the parking lot together.
And what is at the direction and in which they are walking?
They are walking now southbound through the west side of the parking lot towards Castle Street, towards where the front will be.
The front entrance to Teasers?
Correct.
What's going on at this point?
The co-defendant Isaiah Chance is manipulating a cellular device.
Later on in your investigation, did you determine whose cellular device he was manipulating?
Yes, that of co-defendant Alicia Andrews.
Is that a device that
This is the strongest evidence they got right here. This is the strongest evidence. She has on a face mask covering her face. I don't know how they gonna get around this, because they got other video from the same night or the next day where she don't got that face mask on.
holding up to his ear or his face?
Yeah, he appears to be holding it up to his mouth area.
Again, are these snippets of video, are they chronologically in time?
Yes.
And in looking at this again at the front door to Teasers, where in relation to this video would be that back parking lot area?
To the top center. So if you're looking past the gentleman in
Can't
the
really
blue
say she
hat,
cooked, yo. It
all
depends
these
on the
gentlemen
joint.
where the speed limit sign is at, it says 25. That's the back parking lot area where the.
That's hard. That is gonna be
And do you
hard.
see that there is
It's gonna be hard to get around that though. Like I don't know if they really explained that yet. You know, the defense side.
security or bouncers that are manning the door?
Yes.
And at this point, can you see the victim in this particular video?
Yes.
What's he wearing?
A red beanie hat, a white T-shirt, and red shorts being patted down right now.
And being patted down by whom?
The bouncer working in the door.
And again, this
I
is
don't know.
snippets of video. Did you watch the
I don't know, yo. I don't know how the fuck she get around that. I don't really think there's no getting around that. I don't think there's no getting around that, man. If she'd have had that shit on the next day and the day after, you know, she could have just, she don't like germs. You feel me? She didn't want to get sick. But being so they got video with her the next day and she don't got that on, yeah, it's a little suspect.
the entirety of video footage during this time period for all of these cameras?
I did, yes, ma'am.
What are we seeing
She's a
now? What
germaphobe.
time is it?
Yeah, right.
This is after the victim enters. This is the defendants, Alicia Andrews and Isaiah Chance, walking back to the cruise.
Going back to that camera showing the front door, Did you ever see Alicia Andrews or Isaiah Chance ever come up to that front door and all of the video footage of the front door?
No, they did not.
Did you ever see the defendant Alicia Andrews and the defendant Isaiah Chance ever go up to any of those bouncers or doormen at that front door?
No, they did not.
Did they ever enter Teaser's nightclub that night, June 23rd, 2024, during this time period?
No, they did not.
What's going on at this point?
The Silver Cruise is leaving the parking lot.
And what are we seeing in this clip of the front door again?
This is fast forwarded now approximately 20-30 minutes when the victim is exiting.
At this point, had we ever seen the black Chevy Impala that we had seen connected with the 3 shooters at Home to Suites?
Not up to this point.
Again, this is earlier in the night than when the Home to Suites video was shown, is that correct?
Correct.
What are we seeing now?
Now we're seeing in the top right corner, we're seeing the black Impala for the first time in the teaser's cameras. It's arriving in the parking lot around the same time that the victim is exiting out of the front door.
And at this point, had the silver Chevy Cruze already came and parked, went up to the area around the door, and then gone back into the vehicle and left?
Correct.
What's being seen in this angle?
This is another angle of that black Impala there in the top right, circling the parking lot and making its way back out onto Castle.
Hold up. So they left. They left, then a pirate pulled up.
Co-defendant Isaiah Chance is manipulating a cellular device.
Later on in your investigation, did you determine?
They did not.
Man, hell yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
What's going on at this point?
The Silver Cruise is leaving the parking lot.
And what are we seeing in this clip of the front door again?
This is fast forwarded now approximately 20-30 minutes when the victim is exiting.
At this point, had we ever seen the black Chevy Impala that we had seen connected with the 3 shooters at Home to Suites?
Not up to this point.
And again, this is earlier in the night than when the Home to Suites video was shown, is that correct?
Correct.
What are we seeing now?
Now we're seeing in the top right corner, we're seeing the black Impala for the first time in the teaser's cameras. It's arriving.
No, but that's 30 minutes later.
The victim is exiting out of the front door.
And at this point, had the silver Chevy Cruze already came and parked, went up to the area around the door, and then gone back into the vehicle and left?
Correct.
That's 30 minutes later,
What's
though, man.
being seen in this angle?
This is another angle of that black
30
Impala
minutes
there
a
in the
long
top right,
time, man.
circling the parking lot and making its way back out onto Castle to the front of the club.
What can you see now?
The black Impala is now traveling on Castle, and at this point it's stopped directly in front of the Charger.
So the victim's vehicle, the Charger, is now closely connected to where that black Chevy Impala is that correct?
They need to let them in. We at capacity. Can't get in, shorty. Go to the next spot.
Did anybody from the black Chevy Impala ever get out at that point?
No.
Have you watched all of the video footage from all of those angles? Let me.
Yes.
What county?
Hillsborough.
How far is this Airbnb from Teaser's nightclub?
Approximately a couple miles.
How far is this Tampa Airbnb at 3703 Gazebo Lane, Tampa, Florida, from Truth 18?
Approximately 1 mile.
How did you determine that the defendants were staying at?
I want to see when they played the Julio Fulio, the diss songs. They played the diss songs. It must wasn't this day. It must was yesterday. Day 4. Let me see how the defense handled that. Why is day 4?
wheel in the forward of the picture, notating that we're still on the driver's side, and then that's just an opposite, so that way we can get both sides of that headrest. And again, in this photograph, can you see damage that has been caused by projectiles in this particular, in the back driver's seat of the headrest? Yes, particularly if you're looking at the actual
Firearms towards the back of the vehicle.
And then again, going back to 17D, can you show what is the basis of that?
You can see the projectile, how it's like a barrel type shape. It enters the vehicle on this portion here, scrapes the side of the vehicle, and actually enters the back portion.
Then I'm going to go put State's Exhibit 1 again. So based on this photograph, can you kind of tell us the general area where the shooter would have been at that point when that yellow vehicle was struck?
I believe it would be somewhere in this light colored area near the parking spot in the grass, maybe either on the parking bumper in the grass or just in front of the
Yeah, she wanted to be down,
You
yo.
can go ahead and have a seat.
She definitely wanted to be down. This is what happens when you want to be
Members
down,
of
though, man.
ATK, have they been documented as having videos together?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you think of the video, a video that
But they one thing they are doing, they is revealing their whole case on ATK. I ain't gonna lie, if I was ATK, an ATK member, I would be watching very closely to this trial. Cause they is revealing the whole investigation to them boys. The whole investigation.
Exhibit 111.
Here you go.
Okay, any objection other than those previously made?
No, Judge.
Okay, same ruling, and they'll be admitted.
And your honor, permission to publish.
Yes.
In discussing states 89D, if we are, or 89A, excuse me, if we are reviewing the videos that you previously described in order, which video occurred first?
Who I Smoke.
And who was the creator of the Who I Smoke video?
It would be Young and Ace, Fast Money Goon, Wappa with the Chapo, and Spinabins.
And when you mention all of those names, are those all separate people?
Yes.
And of the...
Yeah, these boys is tripping. This is a wild ass song, man. Like, yo, what the fuck was wrong with them, yo? Yo, like, yo, why is the labels even co-sided it? Like, yo, yeah. Hey, yo, get the fuck out of here, man. Yo, they really did a fucking video with the damn white girls beating the background. Talking about Who I Smoke. Yo, this is crazy, yo. And, yo, ain't no way. If I was one of their homeboys, I'd have like, yo, fuck no. Y'all ain't doing this. Nah, yo. The song got a nice ring to it. The shit might go viral, my nigga. But I ain't gonna lie. This is Goofy at its finest, man. Straight up Innovative. This is Goofy at his best. My bad, Innovative said it first, man. Yo, if you like, imagine being the head of a label, right? Imagine being the head of a label as a black man. You know what I mean? Not an outsider or a culture vulture. As a black man, and your artists come to you like, yo, man, this is what I got. And you sitting back that bitch, and you watching it, like, all right, Who I Smoke. And they just get to rapping and shit. I'd be like, yo. Nah, fuck no. We're not putting this out. We ain't putting this out, man. Like, what the fuck is this, man? What you asking for a prison sentence? What you trying to start an investigation? Yo, come back with something else. No, nice try, man. Matter of fact, we gonna burn this bitch. This ain't even getting archived. This motherfucker gonna get burnt. You hear me? Like, yo, this was a dumbass song, man. I can't believe them boys is that fucking stupid. Well, this is crazy, yo. This is amazing, man. No, this is wild. This is a wild ass song.
Detective, having had an opportunity to view that video when it was posted to the internet,
Straight up, though, bro.
did you ultimately review it in its entirety?
Yes, ma'am.
And after reviewing that video in its entirety, did you have an opportunity to listen to that video and determine what lyrics could be ascertained as being said or rapped about in that video?
Yes, ma'am.
If you would look to the screen here, are these those lyrics that you believe to have been included in that Who I Smoke video?
Yes, ma'am.
And looking at the screenshot here depicted on the screen, are the individuals related to ATK and 1200 as being the rappers of the...
I swear, yo, I ain't never been a dumb criminal, man. Like, yo, any crime that I've committed, no, I can't say that. As an adult, any crime that I've committed, yo, that shit, I thought it through. When I was their age, I thought shit through. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe when I was like 15, 16, 17. Yo, but by the time I was 19, 20, yo, I was a seasoned criminal. What the fuck you mean? Like, yo, these crimes had thought. Like, let me see. I don't know. I mean, I did some dumb shit too in my life. Yeah, but I wouldn't have never did this. You understand what I'm saying? I'd have never put out a diss track. Even if I wanted to rap, put out a diss track speaking on murders, unsolved murders, calling out the shooters. You know, Queso locked up for 2 murders right now. Young Nation's on the track talking about Queso, leave your case closed or face froze, whatever the fuck he said, the damn rap. Like, yo, come on, man. Like, yo, this was crazy, man. A-Trey, I don't know, man. Yeah, they went into the lyrics. They wanted to break it down with a 5-tooth comb. Like, playing the video wasn't enough. No, we got to go to the lyrics.
Song, the only members of ATK that were included in this music video?
No, ma'am. The guy you see right there on top of the golf cart with his hand in the air is an ATK gang member. His name is Malquise Worthen.
And does he have social media for which you all have been able to access or monitor as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Is his social media account named ATK Keys?
Yes, ma'am.
And
They
during
probably, you
the
right though, they
review of the
wasn't,
video,
yo.
could you please refer us
They wasn't
to
written.
some of the lyrics for which you all took note as it relates to your duties in your gang unit?
Yes, ma'am. The first one, we see 12
Boosie
paramedics.
brought this shit to the world. You ain't lying.
They use the number 12 because that represents 1200.
And
the
Germany
next one
just
we
took it
see
to another
Rod K.
level.
Ain't never coming back. Rod K was a prominent figure of 6 Block. And then he says, I don't go nowhere without my heat coup.
No object, Your Honor, at this time, this is speculation, invasion of the province of the jury. As to what those lyrics mean.
Overruled, go ahead.
I don't go nowhere without my heat coup.
It is what they're doing,
Coup
though,
is a
innovative.
subset of 1200. 1200 gang members often call themselves coups. Smoking on Lil Petey, and I was smoking Trey D2. Little Petey and Trey
Alrighty,
D
I
were
will-
also prominent figures in the 6 Block gang.
And when you see the language smoking on, what does that mean?
When they say they're smoking on somebody, it's a sign of disrespect or a sign of like a diss towards the opposing gang.
Is that different from smoking someone?
It's very similar to the meaning. Smoking on someone or smoking someone simply means that they were killed.
Throughout the video itself, were there names of the of members from the actual group 6 Block that were depicted in the music video?
Yes, ma'am.
And
Well, see, what my
during the
thing
course
is-
of that video, was there a portion when
Yo, like my
the
thing is,
artist-
I think they luring the jury to sleep, yo. Like, cause at the end of the day, what the fuck does this have to do with her? Like, the strongest evidence they got is her getting out that car with that mask on. This trial could have been wrapped up in 3 days. Yo, one of the reasons Diddy trial fell apart is because it was too long. It was too long. Y'all remember when we was covering Diddy trial? Yo, United States government had a good day. A great day one day. I was like, oh shit, Diddy might be done. And then every day after that, it just was loss after loss after loss after loss after loss. And it ruined their case. Like, yo, this case is drawn out. They don't have 2 weeks worth of evidence on her. They don't have 2 weeks worth of evidence. On her particularly. They might got 2 weeks worth of evidence on the other guys. They got a day worth of evidence on this girl, man. This trial could have been wrapped up in a day.
were saying names of 6 Block that you can identify here?
Yes, ma'am.
Please describe what that was for the jury.
The Who I Smoke Bibby and Who I Smoke Tiki.
How about Little Nine?
Little Nine was, he was affiliated with another group associated to 6 Block. He wasn't 6 Block himself.
So he was an associate of 6 Block.
In another gang, yes, ma'am.
Well, was he the member of a gang that was rivals with ATK 1200 or their affiliates?
Yes, ma'am.
And is Bibby alive or deceased when this video was created?
Bibby is deceased.
And is Tiki alive or deceased when this video is posted to YouTube?
Deceased.
Last question, Little Nine, alive or deceased?
Deceased.
Now, what is JIT? J-I-T-T. I'm smoking JIT mean.
JIT is what they refer to as like a younger teenager, like a young adult. They would, instead of calling like your friend, you say that like, that's my JIT.
And was there any reference to an individual that was a member of ATK or NHG named Queso?
Yes, ma'am.
And is Queso related to a gang in Jacksonville?
Yes, ma'am. Queso is an ATK gang member.
And what is the next line under the Queso lyric referencing?
Look, I just was talking about that.
It says no hospital boy. That line. This is just relating No Hospital Gang to ATK. That some of the members of ATK call themselves No Hospital Gang, but they're still ATK gang members.
They all associate with one another, this NHG No Hospital Gang.
Yes, ma'am.
They associate then with ATK and members of 1200.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, are you familiar with an earlier attempt on Mr. Jones's life that occurred in Houston, Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
And did that occur on or before the date that this
Mickey
video
Jackson.
was posted to YouTube?
Before.
So Mickey.
And what was it that happened to Mr. Jones at that time?
Mr. Jones was shot in Houston.
Emerald, go ahead.
Mr. Jones was shot in Houston, and shortly after he got shot, he went live on his Instagram page in a hospital bed.
Okay, so describe for us what we're seeing here in these center paragraphs, please.
In the center paragraph, it says, I was lurking on his page and caught him lacking in Houston. We let off shots and he went.
Lyrics at the bottom of the page here, are those specific as to the events that actually occurred on the date that
Why the fuck is he
these three
skipping shit? I thought
individuals
this was
were
live.
shot and killed?
Yes, ma'am. He went out to eat on his birthday. It was 23's birthday, and they were leaving Wasabi at the town center.
See, we covered the two topics
And
today.
4 shot, 3 dead. That's the facts of the case. Was there's 4 of them shot. Young and they survived. The other 3 passed away. And then he kept dissing on me, and now we're smoking 23. So he's saying they kept talking about me and disrespecting me, and now we're smoking on your friend.
Now, Mr. Jones references Bibby. Do you know anything about the relationship between Charles Jones and Bibby?
They were close friends.
How about Charles Jones Bibby and Robert Howard?
They would be close friends.
And all are affiliated with 6 Block.
Yes, ma'am.
Names, or is J. Dot short for something else?
His other name was like J-Dot.
Says Bibby, do you know anything about the relationship between Charles Jones and Bibby?
They were close friends.
How about Charles Jones Bibby and Robert?
I want to see the
Accurate, you
prosecution
have been
side.
able to take some of that information and use it.
I'm a defense side.
As long as there's
Oh, this her talking about Trap Lil Ross bitch ass. Trap Lil Ross out that bitch doing police work.
corroborated by other evidence, yes.
Okay, and in fact, you've even used some information you
Man,
gathered
hey,
from
Mickey, you
YouTube
know me.
video.
I've been saying for years that we need to do something about drug music. People don't seem to, people don't seem to care enough because they profiting off of it. Drug music is killing the community, man.
And testimony and sworn testimony related to this case.
And it has been for years, man.
Okay, particularly a different chart, gang chart that you captured from a YouTube video. Is that accurate?
I personally did not capture it, but I have seen it, yes.
And you've used it in sworn testimony before.
I guess you could say that.
Okay, and that was from a video from a gentleman by the name of Trap Lord Ross. That sound familiar?
I'm not sure who it was from.
Trap Lord
It was
Ross, an
given to
Asian.
me.
He is not trying to admit that he got this information from Trap Lil Ross. That lets you know a lot. You understand what I'm saying? Let you know that they need his videos. His videos is the tool. And we don't want to release our tool, man.
Like I said, I did not personally make that chart. I've seen it, but I'm not sure who it was from.
Okay, you are familiar with that gentleman though, right? Trap Lord Ross.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
You've
you
never-
do. Yeah, you do, bitch. Stop lying. The bitch
I'm
ass.
gonna overrule the objection.
Probably
He said
work
he
with him.
doesn't know who
Probably
that
your
is.
partner, bitch.
So, okay, go ahead. You've seen some of the hours long documentary videos that sort of try to break down the gangs in Jacksonville.
Yeah, police.
I've seen a few.
And those videos have
That's why I don't watch
millions
none of
of
that
views.
shit.
Potentially, I'm not sure how many views they have.
Okay, a lot of views. You agree with that?
I'm not sure how many views they have.
Potentially thousands of comments, a lot of comments.
I'm not sure about the comments either.
Okay. You would agree with me that a part of in your investigations that you sometimes go through the comments in these videos.
It depends.
On what? What would it depend on?
It depends on the video itself.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, the White House not investing in rap music and these music companies. But these music companies is connected to the federal government. That's what it is. These music companies are connected to the federal government. The feds is infused in the music industry. They did it years ago. Just like now they're infused in YouTube. The feds wants their nose in anything that got any. They want their nose in anything black. You understand what I'm saying? The feds want their nose in anything black. Anything black. Whether it's music, entertainment, YouTubing, blogging, they gotta be in, man. Yo, you gotta know what black people. That's what I be trying to explain to people, man. Yo, I don't think since a lot of us wasn't alive or was young at this time, yo, we gotta realize, yo, it was a time in American society where black people gave America hell. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, in the 50s, in the 60s, yo, we gave America the blues, man. So the only way to make sure that never happens again is, yo, we got to have our people at the top. To calm the crowd, We'll let them get, right here, but we ain't never let them get up there. No, fuck no. We got our people in place to make sure that shit never happens. You understand what I'm saying? People got to understand that, yo.
And what is
Yeah,
an
they've been on
example of
social media
video
since
where
MySpace.
you
You're right.
see information about the gang and you would not go through the comments.
See, I was locked up when
Generally, it just
MySpace came
depends
out.
on what occurs in the videos. If the comments are worthy. A lot of times the comments are just trolling. So it's,
I came home at the end of
it's
MySpace.
kind of a waste of time to scroll through all
When
the
Facebook
comments.
opened, when
And
Facebook
how would
opened
you
the
know
thing.
if the comments are trolling unless you go through them?
Well, I don't go through all of them. I've went through them on some videos, but not all videos.
Okay, so it sounds like what you're saying is you might start to go through them, and then if you don't see anything useful, you move on.
Yeah, depending on the video.
Okay. And that's not just for the documentary style videos, it's also for the videos where there's music
for real.
videos.
Yes.
And that's also going to be for videos that are posted on social media.
Sometimes.
or pictures or any sort of post is posted on social media.
Yeah, sometimes.
And these social media posts and YouTube videos and other information is posted on the internet. In those comments are going to be people that are talking about what occurred or their opinions of those things, right?
Sometimes.
And this is stuff that's just open to the public,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So it could be people from Jacksonville commenting on this stuff.
Could be.
And I'm sure you've probably seen people from other cities or even other states commenting on this stuff.
The usernames, I'm not real familiar where they're from.
Understood, but you would dispute me that there's no, it's not specified to Jacksonville. You don't have to be from Jacksonville to comment on this stuff, right?
That's correct.
Okay. All right, and you'd agree with me that the fact that this sort of gang beef is ongoing, this is common knowledge.
I would say yes.
You'd agree with me that the fact that 1200 and ATK or 1200 and 6 Block have a beef is common knowledge.
It would depend on your definition of common knowledge. I would say that like a normal citizen of Duval County may not know about this, but if you live in the neighborhood, it's pretty common knowledge to people who live in that neighborhood or into these type of wars and gangs.
Okay, so let me take it a step back. You're saying that people in Jacksonville don't have knowledge of this?
I would venture to say that there is people in Jacksonville who do not have knowledge of this, yes.
Okay. These crimes, when they occur, these are things that are posted on the normal news, right?
Some of them, yes.
Okay. And I'll just use one example. When I See You video, these videos have millions of views.
Yes.
The Who I Smoke video has millions of views,
Yes.
right? But it's your position that just normal people in Jacksonville probably don't know about this?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you wouldn't agree with me that it's common knowledge that in Jacksonville, that Young and Ace was shot in this 2018 town center shooting?
Once again, I would probably venture to say what the definition of common knowledge is, that not everybody in Jacksonville is going to be aware of that now.
Okay, so I'm not asking about what everyone knows. I'm not asking for every person that has ever, touched foot in Jacksonville. I'm saying generally, that people who watch the news, who are on social media, who maybe listen to rap music, or who just live in Jacksonville and are concerned about the safety of their community, that in common knowledge, people are aware that these things are going on.
That shootings in Jacksonville occur, yes.
Specifically, that shootings between ATK, 1200, 6 Block are going on.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
I don't think Young and Ace. I think Young and Ace just was trolling. I think Young and Ace just was trolling. I don't think he played no role in that shit. A lot of times with these murders, man, these guys just be trolling. They ain't out there getting active for real. When the fuck did they play the other video? Had to have been while he was on the stand. It had to been while he was on the stand.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time, state seeks to admit state's exhibits. One, fellow officers were wearing a body-worn camera.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
I'm showing you what's been marked as state's exhibit 102.
Of what year?
2024.
Were you working in your capacity as a gang unit detective?
Yo, what the fuck does she have on in that video? And so it is that day. It was that day. So where the fuck is it at? I want to see what the defense had to say about that evidence. Had to be before that. Wow, what the job on?
this asset that was shown prior to the person who witnessed it?
As well as 90.
I'm showing you on the screen, if you can look over your shoulder there, what I've previously shown as 90A. Is this the person that you know to be Charles Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you alerted to an incident having occurred in Tampa in June of 2024, resulting in the death of Mr. Jones?
Yes.
I can't find it. So they played this for her too. And Mickey, that ain't true. Hey, Mickey, that didn't happen. I don't know who reported that, but ain't nobody say that. That's not true. Like, I just don't, these boys is crazy, yo. Like, this whole drippy shit. Like, I just don't understand. Like, you think you're gonna put out songs like that and that shit don't get addressed? So you got, moving on. Cameron is suing J. Cole. Said he wanted compensated for the song he did where he stole the I'm Ready beat. You got Lord Durk. Prosecutors mentioned Durk podcast with academics as evidence he talked about Sly Favon comments. For some reason, I didn't see those comments no more. I told y'all, yo, academic, yo, this was a police play. This was a play by the police, y'all. Academics is working for the police. Allegedly. Academics is allegedly working for the police. Yo, the reason I say this, right, is because at the time of that Durk interview, you wasn't saying no more Sly Favon comments. So, at this point, yo, Pad got killed maybe 8 months prior. Vaughn was dead for maybe, what, 2 years? That wasn't still a thing no more. So for academics to do this, it was odd. This is odd, man. And I knew it was going to be in paperwork because it was by design. This academics, I think, yo, to be honest, I think the police sends these guys questions to ask these people. Because if you can remember, after interviewed Durk, he interviewed Quando Rondo. Adam 22 interviewed Quando Rondo. Like, yo, these blogs are working for the police, y'all. They're working for the police. Lord Tim got interviewed by Vlad. I think that's going to be in paperwork too. When Vlad asked Lord Tim, did you hear about a $1 million bounty? That's going to be in paperwork. I guarantee you. A lot of Mickey people don't see it for some reason.
By the Sly Favon comments. I don't know if people still say it. They used to say it, but you also mention a song. They be like,
look, Durk trying to figure out where he going at with this. Because people don't say it no more. At this point, people wasn't saying it. So this question was irrelevant. Durk confused.
In Sly Favon, I think they trolling me. A lot of that song is fire. I ain't gonna lie.
Look, and that's the shit that they do. They try to play on black people being stupid. You know, that song was fire. You know, that's a police tactic. Y'all, I'd have been interrogated numerous times. That is a police tactic to try to, like, you know, I'm your friend. You know, you can tell me. You know what I mean? That's the type of games they play.
For some reason, I just don't see the comments no more.
Look at the camera.
I don't know. Might be the water.
Look at him.
You be seeing the comments a lot? They kind of chilled out a little bit. I wonder why.
Look. He did the same thing to Quando Rondo. He definitely did. You know, we watched the video. Colorado refused to talk about it. It said, great news. Feds review Lord Duke's iCloud and X find nothing tied to his case. What else? So Rainwater and DJ Academics got an interview, which I don't believe Rainwater is even qualified to have this conversation. But this is what they do. They get these type of guys to ask the so-called hard questions. But he's compromised as well. So he ain't gonna dig too deep. You know, it's just gonna be all surface level. Is this interview out? Monday. Let's check this interview out. Rainwater DJ Academics. Today, Monday. Yesterday was Monday. Shit Pioneer come out. Must be next Monday. Oh, she didn't even come out.
Who made people think Mick Mills away? Hold on. But here's the thing. You know what I mean? You got the power to ruin somebody's career. Yeah, I think so. This whole thing. I'm a civilian. You're not a civilian no more. I'm not a civilian no more. You got more street knowledge than street niggas. You actually, and so basically, you admit that you're taking advantage of small thinking black people. No, it's not small thinking.
That's exactly what he's doing. That's exactly what he's doing. That's exactly what he's doing. Taking advantage of ignorant black people. Yo, these guys think street guys are stupid. That's what they think. But that's because they never had a real conversation with a street guy of intelligence. You know, if you look for ignorance, you can find it. You know, ignorance isn't hard to find. You know, you can find that shit in any community, white community, black community. You ain't even gotta look hard. But the problem is, they're not trying to find an intelligent black man from the streets. They don't want to have a conversation with him. Because if they have a conversation with that person is going to ruin the agenda. It's going to kill the narratives. It's going to provide proof as to why these things is going on. And you understand what I'm saying? They don't want none of that. They want to find the most ignorant black man from the streets that they can find. And they want to talk this man into going to prison or into getting murdered. That's what they want to do. There's money in it.
People that's going through shit. You don't never post the good kids. You ain't never posted Big X. Cover Big X. That's not true. But it's also about parents saying, well, I'm just going to blame academics or you're going to blame the rapper. Man, and then it's also the rapper, right? No, but you taking advantage of the situation. I've seen a manager give him drugs before the interview, knowing he has a drug problem. Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD, literally, who died of drugs, said, Future's the one who got me hooked. So look, let me ask you a question. Yeah. Why kick Young Thug while you down? I'm not kicking him while he's down. Man, you made a fool of himself when you went live. The rain. Can't stop the rain. This crazy motherfucker.
When the fuck this interview coming out? Is this it right here?
Can't stop the rain. This crazy motherfucker.
Nope. Oh, he talking a fuck game. Finesse 2 times, bluffing ass. Oh yeah, so the academics interview ain't come out yet. Academics need to do that interview with me. I got more subscribers than Rainwater. You know what I mean? He need to do that interview with me, man. Sit down with Keep It G News and let's talk about the fuckery. You know what I mean? You can't talk about the fuckery of the person that participated in it. Sit down with Keep It G News, academics, and let's discuss the bullshit. You know what I mean? Let's have a real discussion on the fuck shit that you've been participating in for 15 years on the internet. Let's do that, man. They'll never do that. Here, they'll never do it. They'll never allow it to happen. What's up, security payment? Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel for your news. Support the platform. Cash App Baltimore swag, man. This shit crazy. You know, my job is just to show y'all what's going on, man. Academics got me blocked. I tell you, most of these dudes got me blocked, man. For what reason? I don't know. I don't troll. You know, when I comment, I provide insight. You know, if I'm on a live, I try to add to the conversation. I don't know why they got me blocked. Maybe y'all should ask them, man. Go over to Academics page. Why the fuck you gotta keep your G-News blocked, man? I've been blocked from Academics about a year now. Maybe not on all his pages, I don't know. But on his main page, I'm blocked out the chat. And I don't even watch him. This is the crazy thing about it. Let me show y'all this. Show you how little I watch these Academics. So for him to have me blocked is crazy. Show you how little I watch him. This is main page right here, right? Now you can know when you watch a video, you know, because it'd be red at the bottom. What the fuck is that?
AR App, right? Salute to AR App. He has an affiliate named Skinny Me. For clarity, this.
Look how little I watch. Look. Go to videos. I only got one page, y'all. Look. I don't watch these guys. Now you know when you watch somebody because the screen is gonna be red. You know it's gonna be like red at the bottom. Let you know that you watched the video. Look, I don't watch this nigga. Look, 5 days ago, I don't even remember watching this. Oh yeah, I did watch that, the deposition. We watched that on live. So why am I blocked up the chat, bro? A few weeks ago, no videos watched. No videos watched. 3 weeks ago, no videos watched. 4 weeks ago, no. I don't watch these niggas. You feel me? So what the fuck am I blocked for? He blocked me because he stole my tape. He stole my take on Takeoff and fucking blocked me. But then this would be the same guy. Oh, I watched him a month ago. We watched this on live. We watched both of those on live. We watched both of those on live. I don't watch this nigga, man. Why the fuck he got me blocked? Never really watched him, for real. Like I told y'all, these guys ain't the reason I came on the internet. And recipes to Bezu. Bezu got buried today too, y'all. Recipes to Bezu, man. Come on, man. Rest in peace to Bezu, man. You know, he a Muslim, you know, so they gotta get buried like I think within the first 48 hours or something like that. Yeah, he Muslim. I'm mad Bezu went out like that, yo. I like Bezu. Mad sure he went out like that, man. Shit crazy. Yo, but I gotta call my mother back. My mother just called me. I remember, you know, I said that from the beginning, Alvin. It's obvious that's all they had. It's obvious all they had on dirt was a snitch talking. And that's what I always say, yo, nobody knows the credibility of this rat. You know what I'm saying? He might be on charges. And I told y'all a person on charges to say anything. So if I was on the jury, I'm not trying to hear nobody under indictment testify. I'm sorry. Because I know just based off what... See, that's why they don't want people that been through the system on the jury. You understand? They don't want us on the jury because we know how dirty the system is. Yo, I'm not trusting nobody. No, I don't give a fuck what they know. I'm not trusting nobody that's under indictment and testifying. Nope. I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. Because I know through personal experience that a person under indictment will say anything. anything. I'm trying to tell you. This is coming from a person who had a co-defendant that wasn't a co-defendant that ended up pleading guilty to a crime that they wasn't even there to commit, only to get a deal on another murder case. So I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. I'm sorry. You can't tell me that this person that got arrested and now all of a sudden have all this information, know anything about the crime, not guilty. If that's your main witness, I'm not guilty. Because this nigga lying. Straight up. I don't trust them niggas. I don't trust them niggas. But that's why they don't want people that's familiar with the system on juries, on the jury. Because they want to create this perception that the jury is fair and impartial and, you know, man, fuck out of here. Them niggas be lying. We just heard Prane talk about how they made a witness in his case. He never met him, never seen him a day in his life, never sold him drugs. He was a star witness. But let me call my mother back, yo. Yeah, I just talked about that. Let me call my mother back. I'll make sure I hit that like button. If you want to support the platform, hit the Cash App at the bottom, Baltimore Swag. I appreciate y'all as always. I think they're gonna let us out the basement soon, y'all. No, they didn't have us in the basement, keeping our watches to under like 50 people. You know, it is what it is. That's what they did. You know, we still gonna push the same line. We ain't backing down. That is not gonna make me conform. I don't know if you two realize that yet. You feel me? I've been on this bitch for 4 years. Yo, I'm not gonna conform to fuckery for views. It's not happening. It won't happen. If we got to do a slow and steady build, that's what the fuck we're going to have to do. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. It depends. But other than that, like, yeah, we're going to keep pressing the line. You feel me? I ain't doing nothing to get me kicked off the internet. But we always going to walk on that motherfucking tightrope. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It ain't about views with me. It ain't never been about money and views with me. Like, I didn't come on the internet for money purposes only. I came on the internet because I didn't like how black people was being portrayed through media. I didn't like the people that we had that were speakers in our community. And then when you dig deep into their history, you realize they ain't even from the community. And they was pushing lies. They was pushing false narratives. They pushing stereotypes. And they wasn't providing real insight of what the fuck the problems is in the black community and how these problems even became a thing. So, it is what it is. But, man, like I said, if you want to support the platform, Cash App, Baltimore Swag, hit that like button. Appreciate it, Ricky Rick. For the $5 super chat. It's another day of KBG News. And I'm out.